Welcome to Wrestling on the Rocks buyback of Hell in a Cell. I am at Ref Marsh. This is at WOTR the show. With me for the old drink along, we got Bishop at TW Takes. Terrible Wrestling Takes Bishop. Say hello, man.
Oh shit, here we go. And as Marsh wants to control the world, we are co-branded, co-casting. So TW Takes Podcast, twtakes.podcast.com, with special guests at Ref Marsh for a watch along of the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. Very much WrestleMania worthy card we have. Should be fucking dope.
Wow. Yeah. Right now, as we are talking, the kickoff show is underway. We are Mandy and Natalia in mid-match here. Well, I mean, I guess I say mid-match, but I don't know how much longer it's going to go. But yeah, it's fantastic. Bishop?
Yes, sir.
I do want to know what's in your glass.
Knob Creek, 100 proof. I wasn't going to drink, but we had one hell of a time getting on here, so.
Yeah, well, it's definitely a good day to drink. We got Natty about to put on the sharpshooter. Mandy's in the sharpshooter. She's far away from the rope. She taps. Starts tapping with both hands.
And in typical watch-along fashion, Marsh is about 2 minutes ahead of me.
Oh, you got to fix your peacock, man. Everyone's got to get their peacock out. Go ahead, whip out the old peacock.
I don't tell you what to do with your peacock. Don't tell me what to do with mine.
I'm having Coors Light right now. I'm having beer. I'm gonna switch over to whiskey in a bit. Graham is in the chat. Cheers to Graham.
Cheers, Graham.
He says, boom. He goes, you need a quarter for your electric meter. There's the dive bar, man. We got dim lighting here. We don't want you to see the floors.
Yeah.
The floors are sticky. You don't want none of that. And we have a projector.
And you have Arizona heat wave, so you don't need to contribute to the electrical issues. I have Natty getting her hand raised right now.
I got Natty raising the title right now. Okay, then it just went black. So what I'll do is I'll pause, and then you tell me when that part's over. I'll start playing again. We'll be on the same page.
Hell in a Cell replay. Knee to the face.
Yep.
Kick
so
out.
Tell me as soon as it fades to black.
Yeah, man. Justin Time 211 in the chat. Oh, here we go with the peacock talk again. Yeah, man. You get guys together watching wrestling, you talk about that peacock.
Yeah. Was it even a buyback if you're not whipping out your peacock to watch along?
Oh, how else am I going to tip you?
Yeah.
Natty raising the title. Tamina kind of raised hers. Fade to black.
All right. Keep watching. I'm going. I'm seeing Bailey and Bianca right now. A lot of Bailey, little Bianca. All right, cool. We're on the same page again. Bishop. My internet's 2 minutes slow. Man. So Bishop sounds like to me right now.
Why change anything?
See, Leah Moonlight coming through. Cheers to Leah Moonlight.
Cheers,
she said,
Leah.
Happy Father's Day to any of the family men here.
Hey.
As you, Bishop. I'm wearing my Father's Day shirt. Ironics. That's right. One half
Leah,
of the Ironics is a papa.
I had a pretty decent Father's Day.
Yeah. Or as I call him, a poppy. He's like Eddie Guerrero around these parts.
Ah. Yeah, cheers to Kevlar. On being a dad.
Cheers to Kevlar.
Dads are dope.
And his faction of children.
Faction of children.
Yeah.
He's got a stable.
Yeah.
TWTakesPodcast.com/TWTs for dope merch. Like my blue Father's Day edition t-shirt. We got the pink one for Mama's Day. Or a pink one for Papa's Day if you want to as well. Get yourself a 5-pack. Discount code TWTakes for your first purchase. And then tune in to Wrestling on the Rocks. Because I change up the promo code all the time over there. So if you stay tuned over there, you'll end up with 25% off. Or maybe one day I'll say fuck it and do like a 90% off. Just cuz. What do we do? Keep these shirts forever?
Yeah, 100%. Got to get rid of them. Terrible wrestling tees. Let me see.
My
I'm
screen
just
says
double-checking some stuff.
6:18, 6:17, 16, 15 for the countdown. 13.
Oh, I almost retweeted you, dude.
Yeah, man.
You can't be having people watching your feed. I'm gonna retweet us.
Hey, I got Justin.
There we
That's
go.
all that matters.
Yeah.
You stole Graham right away. It's like, fuck Bishop. It's like, damn, dude.
Well, yeah, because me and him are brubs.
Dude, he was an
We're
hour
brubs,
away
love,
from me
isn't it?
yesterday doing indie wrestling. An hour away from me. He was closer to my house than he was his. And he wasn't like, hey, man, come watch this indie shit. He didn't even give me the chance to say no.
I know. Yeah, no, he texted me and let me know where he was. Because we always chill like that, just in case I'm in Virginia.
It's crazy.
Or
Shouts
Florida.
Just Time 211. He's rocking the green premium merch representing both sides of this conversation. The green dope-ass logo that Marsh made up for me. Appreciate that, sir. It is the WCW logo on the green shirt from the premium site, TWTakespodcast.com/international. Helps fulfillment into the European areas of the world.
Graham said use codes just cuz for 90% off.
Yeah, why not? I'll make the code right now. Code just cuz for 90% off.
Just cuz. Yeah.
I'm making it right now. I'll let you know when it's live. Entertain the people.
Live. Yeah. For the buyback.
Hell yeah. 20 well, are we doing this we're doing this Tuesday on episode 1, right?
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do it. We're going to run it through, play it through one more time on Tuesday, you and me, breaking down our... Because with the live feed, it's just initial gut reaction, what we're thinking as we're watching it. And then usually we settle down. Typically, we'll even rewatch it.
Yeah.
Kind of like, or at least rewatch some of the matches. And then kind of really settle out with, upon reflection, how do we really feel about what happened? Because there's sometimes where stuff happens live where it's like, no! And then you think about it for a minute, you go, yeah, that was probably what's best.
For sure. For sure. I used to call them the sober rewatches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Kuro's coming through. Cheers to Kuro. Always appreciate him coming through for a nice little drink along. He says he's here for my alcohol. He says hand it over.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised how much isn't left.
Promo code's live. Just cuz, 90% off. JUSTCUZ. Promo code just cuz for 90% off. Live until I show up on Tuesday.
Yep. Bruv.
Fuck it. I'm gonna put that in the chat now. Thanks.
I almost put I know Graham was asking for good cop, bad cop moments, and I almost put bad cop moment was not having me back on the show already. But I decided to leave him be. Decided not to disrupt him.
This is good.
Is this really opening the show, Drew and Bobby?
No, I thought this was a main. I thought that was a main event.
I don't know. Someone's saying something, so maybe I just don't know what was actually announced. We'll see it as we go, man. I'm not.
You know what I realized?
Been out of shape
because I'm not watching on my computer and I have it hooked to the TV, I have no audio.
That's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I was doing for a while? Maybe I'll do it again here, but anybody let me know who's watching right now if you're getting any kind of an echo from the actual show, because I have it just a few notches low. But sometimes I'll turn on Peacock on my computer so I can hear it in my ear too.
Yeah. So I'm gonna see if I actually have a better feed on the computer, then I'll just hook the HDMI up.
Well, I was still watching on so my audio and video weren't always the same. Like I was hearing it and then stuff was happening, and I think that's why I kind of like just didn't go all in with it.
So you are your own personal version of spoiler. You would either hear it first or see it first.
Not having the Hell in a
Well,
Cell
and I also
experience
figure
could
people
in
who are
some
watching
way
along
be
with
an
us, having a
advantage
drink
versus
with
all
us,
disadvantage.
probably have us in a headphone while the TV's going, so it's just like we're in the room with them, just hanging, a couple of drinking buddies.
I saw Drew McIntyre earlier.
See, Carol says, who's ready for Brock Lesnar? I think that this actually, I agree that it's possible. It's not one of those theories that's out there right now about Brock Lesnar coming back and it being unreasonable. The thing is Brock lost to Drew in such decisive fashion at WrestleMania, and we haven't seen him since. And Drew has had a real up and down with what we're seeing, that I almost feel like at this point we need to see him back and do something crazy dominant to remember that Brock Lesnar is a bad motherfucker. Because right now it's all like he really got his ass kicked by Drew McIntyre. You know what I mean? And I'm not super impressed with McIntyre right now, as far as he just seems a little overpowered. So I need someone else to show me that they're overpowered. But.
Right. So you think that Brock would come back, mess around with Drew, just to make Drew look strong? No titles, no nothing?
No, I think they might do it to make Brock look strong.
Oh, gotcha.
But what if Bobby beat Brock after Brock just beats the shit out of Drew?
That'd be fantastic.
Then we'd have a whole new Brock and a Bobby. And then you could have like a 3-4 match in a row kind of a deal with Brock and Bobby. You could even have Brock intimidating people inadvertently, right? You could even have it where Brock's like, I'm getting another shot at Bobby. And have other people say, well, I'm number one contender, and saying, not until you go through me, and having him just beat contenders.
Right.
While Bobby's on the other side like, fuck. You know?
I got Justin and Jeremy in the chat. Appreciate both of y'all coming through. Jeremy's icon is rocking the orange TWT shirt from the Teespring site. Logo thanks to Ref March. Shouts. Right. Brothers in arms, brothers in shirts.
Graham's asking, can you not load 2 Twitch screens simultaneous, or is Bishop's just done? Tried using 2 different browsers, still didn't work. You should be able to.
I don't know.
Because I know people who do what they call lurking, where they'll open a bunch of tabs and just turn off all the audio on them.
My Twitch just might be
views.
Whack.
Yeah, your Twitch might be whack.
It's very possible.
As they say.
He can come over to YouTube's. He can come over to the YouTube's. I got Justin and Jeremy over in the YouTube chat. It does not look like I'm streaming on YouTube, or I'm sorry, on Twitch, on Twitchers. Oh, let me see. Channel. Click here to reload player. Video download was canceled. Whack. What the fuck, dude? So the video's not coming through, but the chat's there, and the stream is there. That's fucking stupid. Alright, I'm pulling it from Twitch, so just come over to YouTube, Twitter, Facebook.
Is that girl poet who's been doing all that cool shit?
Let's end that. Yeah. Let's do it, dude. I think I'm glad with Bianca and Bailey are in the cell. I think it's a great idea.
I think so too. Can you tell who this woman is that is doing the voiceover? Does anybody know who's watching? Because she even started with "You Know Who I Am."
I want to wish all of you at the gates of hell good luck tonight. You're gonna need it. This next track is dedicated to you.
This Sasha?
No. I wonder if it's her. Check on Twitter, see if anybody's saying who it is. Because that was great. That was cool, but it was like very poetic. A lot of rhyming and stuff. Makes me think that it's that one. I cannot remember her name, but I see her in my mind. There's that young woman who's been doing a bunch of like poetry and stuff. I think she was in the inauguration. Yeah.
Graham in the chat. Graham in the chat.
Traitor.
Hey, I have loyal. I have loyal listeners. Graham says, so Bishop, you up for an indie on Saturday? just a little west of Pittsburgh? The answer is no. I'm not going to drive 7.5 hours to go to something that I have the only interest in meeting you, my friend. But no, it's not worth driving 7.5 hours at all.
You just said you're not worth it, Graham. Come back to my chat. I would definitely drive 2.5 hours to meet you.
Shout out to my guy, Matt Red Fox from Night of Living Podcast with the retweet. I don't know if he is in the Periscope chat there, but he did quote to come join to watch along. We're gonna have some fun. We always have fun with these.
Take cover! Oh my God! Thank God Eddie Kingston's not here. He'd be passed out already. Graham makes a good point, and I think that he's doing the right thing. He said he's going to ask you to go to every indie show from now on, moving forward, no matter what state or country it's in.
Yeah.
I think it's fair. I think that's the way
fair.
to do it. I think that's the move. Kuro does say, don't forget, if Drew loses, he cannot challenge for the title against Bobby Lashley again. Who else is there? It's one thing to say, like, who else is there, because it's like, oh, nobody's ready for Bobby. But I do think that they have a way of getting people championship ready quick and in a hurry, and I do think that the roster is loaded with really strong, good talent.
Yeah.
So even though it'd be like, hey, the storyline wise, we don't have like a next up except maybe Kofi, but they have a lot of good talent that it could be easily, you could get someone in that conversation quickly.
I didn't find who it was, and someone was just asking, people are asking if it's a Warriors reference. Warriors.
And we kick things off with Bayley challenging the SmackDown Women's Champion, Bianca Belair.
Oh, Bianca Bayley, let's go.
Oh, starting with Bianca Bayley.
Okay.
Well, I guess you're going to start it off on a high note and then see what happens after this. I'll tell you, it's good I can watch this one sober. Because I'm not watching the main event sober for sure. That's no doubt about it.
I've won this title.
And I agree. I think that I've seen a few people just outright say this rivalry doesn't deserve Hell in a Cell. Why would you put him in a cell? This storyline's only been like 2 weeks long, and I'm like, you're not paying attention. You don't watch the show. You know what I mean? Like, this storyline's been going on since Bianca got to SmackDown.
Yep.
She had to get through Bayley to get to Sasha. Meanwhile, while Sasha and Bianca is happening, Bayley's having a mental breakdown and going further down the insanity hole where she becomes this cackling villain. That didn't happen until that time frame. So now that Sasha's out of the way, Bayley's back because in Bayley's mind, she's Batman and Bianca's the villain. But in reality, it's the opposite, right? Bianca's Batman and Bayley's the Joker.
Well, that's what it's supposed to be. Yeah.
Yeah, and it works.
Yeah, I'm here for it. I mean, I agree with you. I have a hard enough time remembering some things, and me and you, we do watch as much as possible, especially to be informative on our shows. So, like, yeah, I mean, you know how personal I take the Alexa storyline. Even if it's missing, I still know where the connective pieces are since pre-draft. And then there's people who bash that and bash this in the same way, and it's like, well, if you just watched and paid attention to what's on TV, there's enough there to just enjoy what's given. I mean, this is incredible. Yeah.
I mean, people were also complaining when Bayley and Sasha were in the cell. They said, well, this was shotgun. They really got to this really in a hurry. And I was like, they've been fighting for 6 years. Like,
right.
When they weren't fighting, they were literally a tag team. What more emotion do you need in two people?
I mean, if anything was shotgunned into a Hell in a Cell, it was Ray and Roman, right? And they put so much value into having that match in just 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Because they made it all about real life. You attacked my son. I want you inside Hell in a Cell. Let's get in there until we beat the shit out of each other. And Roman's like,
and I'll
okay.
say this. if we want to try and talk outside of kayfabe when we're talking about the booking of this, and people saying like, "Oh yeah, but it was rushed. It was all of a sudden in 1 week." Why would it be a blood feud that needed to be in Hell in a Cell? Maybe if you want to talk that side of kayfabe, maybe Rey Mysterio is also a human being who happens to know Hell in a Cell is coming up. He knows the cell is there.
Right.
Maybe he knows the option is there where it might not otherwise. Why would
Right.
you challenge someone to Hell in a Cell if you don't know if the cell is available?
Right. Right.
All it takes is for Ray to say, "Oh, you guys are setting up the cell? Let me have Roman in there because I can get violent in there."
Right. Right.
That's all you need to know on why someone would challenge him in Hell in a Cell.
Exactly.
You know it's available.
Yep.
You're not going to see someone tomorrow night challenge someone to Elimination Chamber. This fucking chamber's not available.
Yeah, if it's January, he's not calling for Hell in a Cell. He's not
Yeah.
going to say it. Well, he might say a TLC match, but that's because it started out before pay-per-view. Well, so did Hell in a Cell, but still, I completely agree. I completely agree. Because honestly, any other time he would just say no holds barred, right?
Yeah.
Last man standing.
Yeah, and he's so mad. Ray is so mad that he doesn't know what to do. He just wants to get his hands on Roman, and he wants to get violent. And he hears Hell in a Cell. Perfect. That's where I want it then.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't take a whole lot.
And as Bayley said, Pat, it's her world. Bianca's never been in a Hell in a Cell
This is my world.
before. As we learned Friday night on SmackDown, Roman Reigns, who's been in a number
Oh,
of
shit.
Mysterio had never been
She's wearing a Mick Foley vest.
being in the
Oh.
off of Roman.
Yeah.
It's like a black and red type of flannel look. And on the back of it, that font is the old Have a Nice Day font. That is awesome.
Okay.
Yep.
Bayley with the Mick Foley vest.
Yeah.
So
Love
what's
it.
the exclamation point? That's just her thing, right? But they did that in
Bayley?
the homage of flannel.
I think
It's
that's part of
definitely
the homage
dope
of the flannel.
Yeah. What's Bianca got? Are those
Yeah.
leaves?
Oh, that's a Lunger Blaze right there,
Sure
bitches.
is. Sure is.
I never needed me at all.
That sure is a Lunger Blaze. It
Yep.
does look like leaves, though.
Let's see, I'm gonna hit the chat real quick. There's some stuff happening here.
Not
Graham
over
saying
here.
main event was already on SmackDown, right? You can't have a main event on a different night. So if you're talking about the main event of SmackDown, that was the main event of SmackDown. So let's see who's ready for Charlotte to be champ again. Says Kuro. Somebody block him.
Hey, at least that's in
says,
your chat.
He says Ricochet versus Sheamus in the Money in the Bank briefcase, like literally inside the briefcase.
That'd be tough. That'd be
Great.
tough to fit two of them inside the briefcase. I think Ricochet can flip into it.
I think he can make it.
I don't think Sheamus would fit, though. It's a big guy.
Yeah.
Unless it's like Fantastic Beast and Where to Find Them.
Yeah.
Then they can definitely have a decent-sized match inside there.
Yeah. Oh, Graham says she just needs a Stone Cold brew in her hand, and then there's the commercial for the interview after Hell in a Cell. It's right after Hell in a Cell. Stone Cold's interviewing Mick Foley on the Broken Skull sessions.
Jeremy in the YouTube chat says, I thought it was Harlem Heat inspired. I would agree, but a Lunger Blaze is iconically white with flames like that.
Romero, that ring announcer?
Yeah, go look at Lunger Blaze stuff. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Romero, the ring announcer.
Okay.
He did a little preview of all the fire.
Oh, yeah?
going on. I did a little eyes emoji. He liked it.
Nice.
Here we go. Here we go.
Let's
Let's
go.
go. Here we go. Let's go.
Oh, shit. Here we go. Oh, shit.
Damn it. Bailey, kick her ass.
Remember, the last time we did a watch-along and these two wrestled, we were agog for about 4 minutes and had nothing but dead air. So,
Yeah.
let's see.
Yep.
Let's see. Gold boots, I like them too. Remember, guys, you're not only coming for a watch-along, you're coming for a fashion review.
Fashion review, constantly.
I consider myself the Joan Rivers of wrestling podcasts.
kind of what I was
I thought of
expecting
you
early.
in similar
Bailey's
terms.
been here, done that.
Thank you.
Let's stop messing around. Let's get some chances.
Iconically funny, unfiltered, drunk most of the time. Makes sense.
Might be a Muppet. Ooh. Man, Bailey's been doing such a good job with looking crazy. Like the way she's doing her hair.
Without being crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She just is. She's like looking together but disheveled at the same time. It's
Yes.
fantastic.
Shoulders down for cover of the matchup.
Whoa.
Kick out by the challenger. Belair again, rolling through, shoulders down. Bailey kicks it one right back to the chair. Smart. Can't have.
If Bianca doesn't get a good fucking whapping with some weapons, I'm gonna be pretty annoyed and be honest with you. Not to say that she has to lose here for me to be happy, but Bianca whips people with that leather strap inside of her hair a lot, and I haven't seen her
She has a
take
loaded
much for
braid.
weapons. There's something in that hair. It's not just a hair braid, but because the hair wouldn't actually snap that way that it does, the way that it cracks.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like, you can give it, can you take it? You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
I want to see you take some nasty bumps. I want to see you take a kendo stick. I want to see some welts. I want to know that you're that tough. And I think she is. But if we never see it, it starts to get real bad. Like, hey, are you the type of person who's going to be in a
Yeah.
tables match and win just because you're afraid to go through a table?
Well, that was my problem. One of my problems in the build to WrestleMania is what was she doing to prove that she is championship tier? Had she gone through all of that adversity, won all those matches, and then going into...
Whoa.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Very
Uh-oh.
nice.
Then going into WrestleMania, then you don't have doubts. But like you said on, I think it was episode 1, that they over-delivered based on the build.
Oh.
Yeah.
I agree to that.
But right now, there's a lot of safe stuff happening with Bianca.
Yeah.
Not to say that they need to get dangerous, but I'm saying, like,
Protected.
we've seen it and heard about it before. People being afraid to take bumps or afraid to take weapons, but have no problem dishing that out on the other person. Like, well, if you're willing to take it, then I'll give it to you. But it's like,
Right.
no. I mean, it goes back to the old law enforcement thing. Like, they don't give you pepper spray until you take pepper spray in the face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you see that stuff here where it's all like, oh, I don't want to take a kendo stick that looks like it hurt, but I'll hit you as hard as I can with one. It's like, oh, real tough. Whoa. We gotta go. Okay. That looked like Bailey was trying to... It looked like Bianca turned right into a Bailey fist. Like she was swinging and turned right into it, and, like, ate it in the face. Let me see.
Well, I mean, as of now, I do think Bianca's like a tenth of a second behind. And that's just being nitpicky. But, you know, for what these guys are doing, it's a slow match with a lot of fast movement, you know? So it's, like, easy to pick up on, well, why are you moving so fast right there?
Yeah. Carol saying, how did WWE condense all of Hell to fit inside of one single steel four-wall cell? And why would Hell need a door?
It's a fantastic question.
I disagree, so I'll let you field it.
Oh, I mean, listen, in order to have Hell inside of the cell, maybe it is a lofty goal to think that all of Hell is in there, but they have encapsulated... I'll tell you what, the power of the fencing to encapsulate any form of Hell is top-notch.
Bedlam said that Bianca's gear looks like an ode to Harlem Heat.
Well, I heard a few people said Harlem Heat, but look, I'm telling you, Google Alundra Blaze and look at her gear. Unless they can find a picture of Harlem Heat wearing gear just like that.
Because I don't think they wore white at
How
all.
close is it? Because they didn't wear flames like that. Their flames were way different. Kinda, yeah.
Is it Harlem Heat?
The flames were way different. She's got real leafy looking. Oh, those are lips. That's why.
Yeah.
Her lips are supposed to be flames, so it's supposed to be Harlem Heat-esque. But they also had red boots.
using her own brain.
Um, it might be closer to Harlem Heat.
I'm looking at it.
Could be that specific. What event was that? That was against Bret Hart, right? The one you showed me? Okay.
Oh, yes.
But the Alundra Blaze, because I got, as soon as you said it, I was like, oh my god, of course. When she had stuff that looked like that, it was the font more than anything.
Yeah.
Because her flames looked like they were more bodysuit than anything else. So she'd have like one continuous flame. But the white in the flames is what stands out so much.
Yeah.
Could be a combination, but I mean, it would make sense to be Harlem Heat as well. Let me see.
Let's see. Oh, Alundra Blaze went from fire up.
Yeah.
Red up to gold.
Oh,
Oof.
that was cool. You see what she did?
Yeah.
I just don't remember Harlem Heat wearing white tights like that.
If you look up Booker T versus Bret Hart. See? We're seeing Bayley take some weapons, and we're not seeing Bianca take any. She's not touching the cage.
Oh. Yeah, that'll do it. I would, yeah. I would lean towards that one for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Jeremy, you're right. Everyone else who said it, they're right.
Yeah. That was awesome.
Definitely
How
give it to the
crazy
Booker
are
T. And having the lips as flames, it just makes it look
Nice
like
touch.
leaves, but
Yeah.
shouts to creativity.
Yeah.
Definitely got shit on it.
That's awesome. Bayley biting Bianca, looking like a crazy person.
Get that offense in, Bayley. Let's go. Yes, we do have rooting interests around here.
What a moment. There's no way Bianca could have prepared for that.
Oh, look at Bayley now. Bayley.
This is crazy as Foley.
Everybody be quiet.
And, oh, Bayley now with
Just don't tell
Foley
anyone.
didn't bite people. What's she saying? Be quiet. Oh. Oh,
Yeah.
there we go.
Tell people to be quiet.
This is crazy.
Oh, learning her lesson from last year. That's smart. That's
Bayley now. Oh my goodness.
power bomb.
Oh, there we go.
Nice.
Ooh. Kicking her.
Hell yeah.
No stick. Learn your lesson from last year, then follow up with something nobody's ever seen before.
Did we not say? I think Bianca must listen to the show. If she's going Booker T versus Bret Hart inspired tights, is she not saying then that Bayley is the Bret Hart of the women's division? And haven't we been saying that? I think we said that on
saying
episode 1.
Been saying it.
Now you got it.
Bayley's the Bret Hart of women's division.
Bayley. Oh, another one.
Fuck, another kendo stick. She didn't even break the other one.
Double kendo
Can I
stick.
see that?
Sure. Oh, she already pre-taped it.
It just sucks that they fucking spoiled that. The spot was
What do you
supposed to... They just said that with the other kendo stick. What is that, 2 taped together? And it wasn't.
Yes.
It pays off.
Now it is. But they said that about the first kendo stick.
Oh, really? That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, she already pre-taped them all. Because remember in the
Yeah.
one with...
Shut up.
Yep. Last year with Sasha, right?
Yep. She tried to tape them together and couldn't get the tape to work.
Why is there an extra
And,
title under the...
What do you mean?
There's a title under the ring. Is that Bianca's?
It's got to be Bianca's because the
The
cage
is closed.
lowers.
Yeah.
Yeah. The cage lowers and then he lifts up the title, so it's got to go somewhere.
Right.
Nice. Nice. Someone asked in a meet and greet. It's funny because I actually asked them to. I was like, hey, if you meet her, can you find out what she was trying to do with Hell in a Cell and those kendo sticks? And the person said, actually, yeah. Is I didn't know what to ask, so they did, and they sent me the clip, and she had said in there, she goes, oh, I was trying to make like a table out of kendo sticks to throw her through. Because but the tape wouldn't stick, and then it was like taping the wrong ends, and it fell apart real fast.
Bianca got thrown off the cell.
And now a steel chair in Bianca's hand. And she is going to make Bayley
Cheers.
Hit with a kendo stick. All the way back. Toughness, grit, everything you could want from a champion. And she's in control.
Bayley, though.
I never needed you at all.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh. Oh. Boot to the face. Through a
It's
chair.
fantastic. Ooh.
Metal.
Protected. Look good, though.
That looks so good.
Bayley has more plans.
Well done.
Bayley, that's the bad arm that she's been working on. The bad arm of Bianca Belair.
Oh, shoot.
Continuing the punishment.
Oh, shoot.
Oh.
Trapped between the chair.
Yeah, weaken that arm.
That thing. I don't know how it hasn't been broken
How
off at
fucking
this
crazy
point.
she looks. So dope, dude.
And again,
And
so
she
much
looks
of
crazy,
Bianca's
like,
offense
Bayley
relies
looks
on her
crazy.
power.
Yeah, she should start pulling out clumps of hair.
United States, how you doing? Keep it moving.
I thought Clump shaved his head.
Bayley and Bianca getting after it here.
For the SmackDown Women's
Clumps of hair?
Championship, once again,
The Foley?
utilizing the long braid of
Oh. Pull out her own clumps of hair. I thought you said pull out clumps hair.
Her earlier knot was not good enough.
Oh,
Her
nice.
scalp and
Oh, shoot.
Oh,
That's gonna be something.
Nice.
Something's gonna happen here.
That's not good.
Oh, shit. This is
Dude.
crazy.
She should have fucking Brian Pillman the braid with the hair.
Oh,
Bayley knows it.
She laughing again? Is the
Fucking
first time
put the
we've seen
braid
her
out of commission.
Break
Put the braid through the chair, jump off the top rope, slam the chair shut.
Belair delivers her right. And Bianca
Oh.
Belair,
Trapped.
her hair still tied to the chair.
Awesome.
Bayley
Better
back
get
to her
it
feet.
off.
Oh my
I
goodness. Oh,
wonder
yeah.
if.
Bayley hurt her knee.
Whoa! Fuck! That looked good.
Yeah, Bayley went knee first into the steps.
Oh, she untied it. I was wondering if she was gonna, if she had been
Yeah.
practicing, if she could actually whip her hair with the chair on the end.
Oh.
Nice.
She's working on. And now it's Belair's turn to use her own hair as a weapon. Belair has
Oh, that's nice. The old handcuff trick.
Yeah.
Except that could be her downfall, right? If
Sure
she's trying to
can.
get to
Grab
control
it back.
Bayley.
Just like a strap match.
Yep, strap match.
Strength for me, Bayley. I'm superhuman, says Bianca.
And Bianca now dragging Bayley
But
into the apron.
she's doing it to take the advantage on Bayley. What if Bayley turns this around on her? Now she can't get away because of it, you know, or
No,
she can't
exactly.
whip her hair because of it.
Nowhere to run, nowhere to
Completely
hide.
agree.
Hell in a cell, Bayley.
And this was the punishment. Belair
Bayley's taking a lot more of these kendo sticks than Bianca. I'm gonna be honest. She took one.
Belair with a relentless assault.
Yeah.
Smacking the mouth, too.
What's the last thing that Bianca did that was babyface?
Drag away from the champion. You see the smile?
Smile?
What are you talking
I
about?
don't understand. See, everything she does is so heel. She just talks shit and slaps somebody in the face.
Oh, it is. Look at her looking pathetic.
Justin Time 211 says that's clever using the hair as an extra arm. Absolutely. Ooh.
Ooh.
Jeremy says Pat McAfee exuberates so much passion and love for pro wrestling while in commentary. He's barely ever sitting at the commentary desk. He almost always standing. He's so excited. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Just kicking her into the cell. Nothing to see here.
Bayley trying to do anything she can to escape. What did she just
I think Bayley should adopt the chest first into the turnbuckle like Bret Hart.
delivered into the ribs of Belair.
Hell in a cell, you have no idea
Yeah.
what you're going to see. Did you
Just make it
expect her
official.
to die?
Just make it official. Be the new Bret Hart of pro wrestling. Period. Men or women.
Now, that's what I've heard. I guess I've seen already. A couple of double kendo sticks, a ladder, a couple of chairs. Friday, we saw a toolbox.
Fire extinguisher.
Hell in a cell knows no bonds. And neither does Bayley right now.
Bayley's legs all banged up. Belair's shoulder and arm all banged up as well. And now the tug of war ensues for the ladder.
Still selling that knee as best she can.
Yep.
Using her power.
Look at that. Still sell that knee.
Hopscotch.
Oh.
Ooh.
And then show the experience. Gotta love it.
There
God
it
damn
goes.
it, Bailey's so good.
Most explosive athletes walking this earth. I don't know if a push-off with her was anything that Bailey wanted to get into. Uses some quick instincts, gets out of
Fully
the way,
aware
and
she
puts
has to
the whole
continue to
team
sell
on.
the knee, but then show she's been doing this shit. So she skips out of the way. So good. So good. Gotta love it.
I honestly don't think it would hurt either person in a loss on this, to be honest.
1000%.
I do think that for the sake of all the story going forward, I do think a Bailey win would be great entertainment,
Yeah.
you know? And I do think you can end up with a Bianca and Bailey match again down the line somewhere. But at the same time, like, I think Bailey could win it, and it would be really good for both of them. But I don't know that Bianca holding on to it hurts Bailey at all either. Oh!
Awesome.
Oh, she hurt her own knee.
Yep. Yep. No, I completely agree, and I think actually what a Bailey win does is it allows you to get the sympathy back on Bianca.
Yeah.
And have that build, whether it be all the way to TLC or even push it to SummerSlam. But
Yeah.
these guys have built-in story, like me and you, minus that person, you know, you were talking to the other day on whatever social media platform at the time. You know, this shit's not hot-shotted. We've been following this story since pre-Rumble, and they work extremely well together. So anytime they need to have a match for the title, have that match.
Props to Bailey giving Bianca the rub here.
Oh.
Nice.
Smart move. That's being there before where it pays off, like Bailey has been.
Indeed. Belair struggling to make it to her feet. Bailey back up as well. And Bailey trying to single leg takedown of Belair. Belair, though, looking for a backslide.
Battling backslides.
Bailey missed wildly. Bianca Belair, they're looking for the glam slam on Bailey.
Got her up. Got her up.
Oh.
Oh.
Put your feet down.
Just the strength displayed there this late into the match. That beat up, just picking Bailey up and throwing her. Now stacking that ladder that she was stuck in between. Just
Is she gonna fucking
She's thinking,
shoot and star this shit?
Bailey trapped underneath the ladder. Bianca Belair.
There's a reason I'm the champion, says the
Up to the top rope now. Bianca Belair up top.
What are you doing?
Bailey rolled out of harm's way. Bianca able to roll through.
Oh.
Oh, got a senton. And Bailey spine.
Oof.
Thought Bailey saved herself for a moment.
And Bianca, what did she think of it? Oh, look at this. Bianca powering Bailey up. Bianca with the KOD. The kiss
Said
of
the
death.
ending.
Oh, we're 2
Oh!
minutes behind.
Are we?
Yes.
Hook to the leg. Bianca retains.
Wow.
Oof.
Here is your winner and
Wow.
the SmackDown Women's Champion, Bianca.
I'll tell you though, Bianca took very, very little weapon shots, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
She really was giving it to Bailey and not taking much, and I do not.
Yeah.
I just don't have as much respect for someone who isn't willing to take it the way that they give it.
I completely agree. Look, I think it also is telling in like the ending of this match. Bianca, yeah, she's still selling her arm, but why would I believe that she is as exhausted or had to overcome that much when Bailey took all the punishment? That just tells me how much more you have to do to Bailey to beat her than you do to Bianca.
Yeah. Yeah. I do think though the irony is really good. She came out in a Mick Foley jacket, you know, Bailey.
Yeah.
Because when you think of Hell in a Cell, who do you think of?
Mick Foley.
Mick Foley. How many Hell in a Cells has Mick Foley ever won?
He didn't win any, right?
None. He's won literally no Hell in a Cell matches. That's going to be your second loss in Hell in a Cell. So she could easily become defined by Hell in a Cell in a degree and still never win it and have that same sort of legacy in a sense. But yeah, I mean, great match, really good. I really wish that Bianca would take some bumps that made me think that she was all in it. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I don't think this match would have been affected either way by Bianca taking more, except for maybe more investment from me into Bianca. I mean, very interesting.
Yeah.
But Bailey is the one to give Bianca her matches. The Sasha one was great, but
Foley never won. I know that. Yeah, that's what I said. Oh yeah, he's never won one.
yeah. Very, very interesting. Yeah, I
do think that it was a fantastic match. I think it was absolutely great. But I do think walking out of it, I walk out with more respect for Bailey and not any additional respect to Bianca, maybe even a tad less. Not to say that it's like, oh, I don't respect you, but the respect that I have for someone like a Bailey who's just like beat the shit out of me with sticks and stuff is just like, oh, here's somebody who's willing to give everything. You know what I mean? For this, for the love of it, for the business of it. And then there's some who are just like, no, I'm just here to look good and get paid and, you know, do that stuff. I think when you grow up, I think that's the big difference maybe. When you grow up a fan of it, you're willing to give more to it. Then when you get into it later on, you may love it, but you may not be willing to give as much into it. And someone who's naturally as good as Bianca can still go incredibly far with it. But when it comes to those like little things at the end of the day, you know, what sets the Foleys apart is their willingness to give it all, you know. And I just don't think Bianca's giving it at all.
Yeah, that's fair, I guess. I mean, I don't know because I don't know them. You know what I mean? So like, I can't say that she's not invested as much as one or the other, but I definitely agree it would be nice to see her get her ass beat a little bit more so she has something to go through when she wins.
Yeah.
But I would never.
Even on a more simple thing.
Yeah.
There are people who have won table matches because they were literally afraid to go through a table. So it's one of those things where it's all like, are you willing to take the kendo stick bump? Yes or no? And when someone says no, then don't have a kendo stick match.
Right.
But sometimes they go through those matches anyways. If you watch Alexa and Bailey, Alexa did not take one single kendo stick in a kendo stick match where she was not legally allowed to use it because Bailey took the kendo stick down.
Right.
Bailey took every single one of them. Yeah. And so one of the reasons that made it so bad was because one player in that match did not want to take a kendo stick shot. That's not to say that Alexa isn't good or wasn't fantastic in her own way, but that's just one of those things. Like, why are you even in that? My brother just sent me a text. He goes, "Hey, that was the most watered down Hell in a Cell I've seen yet."
But what a great night for Bianca.
Because there was so little.
It was one-sided violence.
All the weapons were one-sided. Yeah, one-sided violence.
In a cell.
Can't find my my stream key here on Twitch.
She was a little naughty, but not nearly as naughty as my opponent tonight, Shayna Baszler. Shayna brought all this negativity upon herself, so don't blame me for what happens next. But there is a valuable lesson to be learned here. 1, careful what you wish for. And 2, expect the unexpected. Because when you knock on my door, you never know who or what is going to answer.
Oh yeah. I got it. I found it. Alexa's the best. Alexa's the best. So I'm not connecting to fucking Facebook either. This restream thing is crazy.
Kuro says there's a big problem. Who fights Bianca now? I don't think it's a big problem. I think that for one, Sasha comes back. For 2, you have the entire SmackDown roster still there. Liv is back doing stuff. Carmella could always go for another shot. Like, you have people, and then even then, who's to say they're not going to have a shakeup or a draft soon? You know,
Right.
we've been hearing rumblings of that. You could shake the whole thing up, have Charlotte and Bianca. I don't know. You can have a ton of people. Let's see. Amanda Jane coming through. Cheers, Amanda Jane. Thank you for coming
Cheers,
through.
Amanda. Cheers.
And it was awesome. Kiro says show needs more producer lady. She refuses to wear her mic. She wants no part of us.
I didn't know that was even an option.
Of course it's an option. I told you last several times it was set up that way, and you went, eh. It's all right.
My favorite version of producer lady is the one where she's snoring.
Yeah. That comes up from time to time.
Yeah.
What? What?
Nothing.
What?
What do you mean?
I'll turn this up.
You can turn it up.
What happened?
She's trying to eavesdrop on the show.
She should. She's the producer.
That's a good point. That's another good point. Great point on that one.
You stop. Yeah, I was thinking about food, but
I want food and I want booze. Thought you were gonna make me pepperoni chips and you never did.
no, I had to go save your tobacco.
You teased me. Then you brought home this pipe tobacco I'm very happy with.
You're welcome. I saved it. Tell people I saved it.
She saved it from baking.
Awesome.
She saved it. Dude, the fucking post office, they're so full of it, dude. Like, we need them now more than ever, and now is when they pull back. They go, no, work is too hard, let's do less of it. They fucking leave. I get a message, I get an alert because of the app I use about my tracking numbers, and it says, hey, this package was delivered. I was like, fuck yeah. I go on, I put on a proper pair of pants, which everyone knows I don't like doing. I go outside, and I go to check the mail, squirrel in hand. They leave.
Wait a sec. Wait.
The keychain in the mailbox for the package box, right?
Okay.
The keychain. The key ring is bent, really weird, and there's no key attached to it. So it's just a key ring that says, yep, your package is in there. Good fucking luck.
Wow.
It's 110 degrees. It's in a little metal box, and I happen to know for a fact it's fresh tobacco for my pipe. And I was like, well, that's going to boil in there for several days until we're able to get into it. Producer lady was having none of it. She throws a huge fit. She's yelling at me for being a little piece of shit. She's like, you lazy son of a bitch. You flubber human being. Grabs the keys, marches out, goes down to the post office, sees the first truck pull up that's a post office truck, and says, hey, you, jack off. Puts him in a chokehold and says, give me my goddamn package. Dude calls. He says, what's your address? She tells him, calls the weekend mail person for our area and says, you better get back over there and give them their goddamn package. I'm being choked out to death. She does it. When producer lady comes pulling back up, there's the post person for the weekend opening the box back up and trying to get us access to it.
Wow.
Fucking beasting him. So right as I was setting up for the show, she comes in and she's like, pap.
Oh, we got a little jump start. Little jump start action.
Wait, is this the match? Oh, it is. I thought this was a replay. I was like, no, they're just fighting from before.
Yeah, sure are.
These guys do not like each other one bit. That's how heated this rivalry is.
Yeah.
No love lost between Cesaro and Sheamus.
It's Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins. Could be any of them. It's hard to tell them apart, dude. Seth Rollins and Sheamus look so similar nowadays.
Except for they look completely different.
There is that.
Like, they kind of look close, but they definitely look different. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Kiro says, producer lady's the best part of the stream. Amanda Jane says, booze, booze. Kiro has a little dog-looking thing. Says, producer lady best. Amanda Jane says, yes. Okay. What are the two versions? Are you... Oh, then yeah, whatever one's for me then.
Let's see if I can get this to stream back to Twitch again.
Right.
It's only the first show.
Yeah, it's only episode 1. It's not a big deal. We don't have any other drinks in the fridge, right?
Here, you want a beer? Here.
I just had a beer.
Want a beer?
What do you have? Diet ginger ale? Stuff?
In honor of the final pay-per-view in the Thunderdome, I am, after this Knob Creek, going to have a Yingling.
Yeah.
In honor of the Yingling Center.
Man, Yingling is the one thing I think I miss the absolute most from the East Coast. From my time in proper New York. Bishop does know because Yingling's everywhere on the other side of Mississippi. We're on the wrong side of the Mississippi. You can get Yingling in fucking Louisiana. Which might have been the first place I had it. I was like, what's this local thing from fucking Pennsylvania?
America's oldest brewery, and I didn't hear about it until I moved from New York to Delaware.
You didn't hear about it while in New York? You only heard about it in Delaware?
Correct. I lived,
How old were you when you moved? Like 10?
15.
15? Oh, that explains it. You weren't even old. In Delaware, you're old enough to drink at 15. In New York, you have to be an actual age.
No, I went to plenty of parties, but the town I grew up in was they had a really big Anheuser-Busch distributor. So whatever Anheuser-Busch would affiliate themselves with, they would distribute, and Yingling wasn't a part of whatever sister companies they felt like handshaking.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I've looked at trying to get Yingling out here at different times. Been like, can I just get a fucking 12-pack, please?
And your liquor stores won't order them?
They can't get them because Yingling just does not distribute through proper distributors this side of Mississippi.
Really?
Yeah. And liquor stores and retailers have to use proper distributors. That's why they have their licenses.
Right. All right.
So if they were to just fucking bootleg some Yingling on down, that could be a problem for them.
Huh. This is odd. Yeah, my Twitch channel has been running the whole time and does not want to broadcast video. All right, let me close that shit. Whatever happens, happens. Oh, man. Oh, you know what? Let me go over here. Yeah, it's off. Okay. Hell. Hell. Do you remember the first one?
First what?
Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, it was Bad Blood. Shawn versus Undertaker. It was the debut of Kane.
Right, I get the historical context, but like, do you remember watching? Did you watch live as a kid?
Yeah, and I freaked the fuck out. Who's that? Who's that? It's gotta be! It's gotta be! It's gotta be Kane!
I remember the music was so fucking creepy. And then, of course, all the close-ups of Paul Bearer's face. I was so creeped out.
Oh, yeah!
And then, of course, shouts to kids living in kayfabe. How did he rip the door off? How did he rip the door off?
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah. You know what?
And then by February, they're baby faces.
Yeah.
Or like May. It was after WrestleMania. Sometime after WrestleMania, they turned into baby faces. I'm like, this is amazing.
Oh, yeah. Well, the other thing that's interesting, too, is that the Hell in a Cell structure was only created for Kane.
Yeah. Well, that's, like, I hate when people
right
say...
here, guys.
Oh, awesome. Look at that.
You got a little tiny Mankind and Undertaker on top, a little tiny chair on there.
Nice. Who's scaling it?
Yeah. Oh, that's actually a pin, a magnetic pin I have of the Undertaker's coffin.
Oh, nice.
That it'll close and be the Undertaker, and then it opens up and he's in it. I just didn't know where to set it up, so I was like, well, I'll put it with the Hell in a Cell stuff, I guess. You know I'm all about displays.
Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah, when people say that Hell in a Cell is supposed to be a blow-off, nobody's supposed to get in or out, I'm like, number one, the first Hell in a Cell match was disguised as a blow-off, but it was the start to the next story, and it was literally broken into the first match it was ever created. It was never meant to keep anybody out. It was to make you think that you were being kept out.
Yeah, the first thing they taught you was it was designed for someone to break in, and that would be the importance of it.
Right.
Let's see in the chat real quick. Amanda says, "Am I really drunk, Sheamus and Rollins?" Yeah, they look similar. You know.
Yeah.
Kuro says someone yawned and their screen went black seconds after. Graham sends me back in a bit. I don't know what you mean. I think we're live.
Just in time to 11 as well. Seth and Sheamus look alike? Question mark. Damn, Marsh, what's in your glass? You already said what's in your glass. I don't understand.
Oh, I got a new one now. Now I make my own little Texas Mule. I have Dripping Springs vodka.
Ah, for the Seth Rollins match. Drip for
Seth
drip.
Rollins mask. Drip. Drip, drip, drip. Mr. Drip himself, the drippiest, moistest father on the block. And Daddy's got drips.
Hey, happy Father's Day to the Drip Master.
Yep.
I think he's saying this is that humility that you did not show after getting a fluke win over me at WrestleMania. That's what he's
What are you doing?
right now.
I'm watching the Seth Rollins Cesaro match.
He's been beating the hell out of it all night.
Well, because you showed me a pizza and now I'm hearing a stove and I'm real confused.
Yeah, I was gonna put bacon on first.
Woo! All right, that sounds good. No, do it. Do it up. I was just real. I was like, are you?
It's a
I
strategy.
hope he doesn't move.
The way you said that.
Oh, he's been moving. He's done been wiggling. What do you mean he can't have bacon?
As if it's not fair game.
He can't have bacon? Oh yeah, no, he'll have it when it's done.
Can we harken back to your post office story? You said you walked outside with proper pants, yet you still had your squirrel in your hand.
Yes.
Um,
Those are hand in hand.
So you call one hand your squirrel?
No, I call my squirrel Ziggy.
So you had your Ziggy in your hand or your squirrel in your hand?
Yeah, both.
Whoa.
Dude, this Dripping Springs vodka with this ginger ale is like a goddamn candy. So good.
That's dangerous. And that's why we went for over 4 hours. Is vodka and not being able to taste it because it tastes like candy.
Did he just take off his glove and shove it in his mouth?
Sure did.
They're making the glove a thing. Oh, ripcord clothesline. These guys are so good together. Here's the thing. Someone was complaining, saying, why is this not in a Hell in a Cell, but Bianca and Bayley is? And I was like, well, because Bianca and Bayley's been going on for fucking ever. And they said, but Seth and Cesaro's been going on since before Mania. And I was like, so has Bianca Bayley. Also, Bianca and Bayley has been main event status stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry, as much as I love Cesaro, one of the things we talked, I love you just kicked that.
Yeah.
Maybe we're getting away from the glove thing. But as much as I love Cesaro and Seth, I've been saying it for a while, what makes it so good is you have two main event level talent in a mid-card feud,
Yeah.
which gives the mid-card a ton of life. This is that. It's a mid-card feud with main event talent, so it's fantastic, engaging. But is it more important than a title match with the feud that's been going on?
So
I don't think so.
I don't think either one of these guys represents the two names I'm going to bring up.
Yeah.
But what title was Bret Austin involved with?
They never were.
Exactly. So you have the ability to tell a great story without a title. So let this happen. It's not. I don't think the story's been phenomenal, but what they're doing is having outstanding matches and growing every time they have a match. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and they're getting
shit.
more emotional in the matches. That was good. That was good. Fantastic.
Jeremy in the chat goes, Seth Drippin' Rollins. Sure. He is married, so hopefully he's not dripping.
He's got the drips.
Fantastic D12 song. And just in time to 11 says, middle finger emoji to the word drip. I also agree.
I mean, how else are you going to describe it to the doctor?
That's true. A leak?
Oof, that was tough. That put Jessica in a shitty position.
Sure did.
She had to start a count where she couldn't see the shoulders, and she tried, and she couldn't, and it was just like, guys, fucking kick out, because if that goes to 3, like, you had to make it, you know what I mean?
Well, it looked like
really
she
tough
started
spot
to
for her
go
to be in.
around one way and then went back the other.
Because she couldn't, the post was in her way one side, the camera was in the way the other side, she was kind of stuck.
Yeah.
it would have cost her too much time to get out and go around, which sometimes they do. This is great. Here you go. And look, she made sure this time. She's like, fuck you guys. I'm squaring up.
Yeah. Dude, are you going for a tryout at SummerSlam?
Oh, yeah, I'll be there. Maybe I should go to the tryout and be like, hey, do you need a fat ref?
Yeah. When's the last time they had one? Fucking Tim, what's his name? Tim White?
How about Jake? Yeah, what about Tim White? Oh, yeah, just a fat ref?
Yeah.
Well, they got that one little squat guy, and they got Brian Wynn. And they have, there's that one squat little white dude. For his name, I think it's Brian something. I'm like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
You have a dumpy, dude.
Referee in charge, Ref Marsh. Dude, it's built into your name.
That's a good point. First name Ref, last name Marsh.
Yeah. Dude, are they getting rid of the Kinesio tape too? The tape and the glove came off.
That's cool.
Dude, I love that Cesaro's so health conscious. He wants to know how many steps he gets inside the ring.
Yeah.
He's got his fucking Fitbit on. It's like, dude, if I get a phone call, I gotta answer.
Well, it's sort of a Fitbit thing. It's a different company, but it is pretty much an athletic recording device. Yeah. That'd be good if it fucking goes off. Amanda Jane's in here saying young Cesaro drip is no bueno. She says, do it. Maybe I can get, I may be able to get you on AEW. They have May standards. They don't have any standards is the thing. And the other problem is they might as well not have refs.
Yeah.
To be honest, if I'm reffing at AEW, I feel like I'm doing nothing good for a refereeing career. Like they're just not utilized or counted on to do any of the things that I believe a ref should be.
Yeah, you go to a job with a AEW ref on your resume for 4 years, and they go, oh, okay, so you haven't done anything for the last 4 years.
You've done less than nothing. You may be a problem to train. I'd be honest with you. I think if I was truly offered a position with AEW to be a ref, I'd really have to consider if I wanted to ref anything after AEW or not. You know what I mean? Like I don't think it'd be an easy yes. Even if
You
they're
might be
paying
better
good
off
money.
in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, that's where Kyoto went.
I know.
So I actually could be better off if I go out to Puerto Rico and learn from Kyoto.
Yeah. That's and that's the kind of thing that I'm not going to turn it into that, but that's one of those things where capitalizing on quote misused WWE talent. If there was one undeniable talent from WWE, it's Mike Chioda.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. I mean, they lost Kyoto and Earl Hebner. What more do you need to know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you're right. We should be talking about AEW so much. But we were just talking about reffing. Because how good a job Jessica Carr is doing in this match.
She definitely rebounded after being in the wrong spot. But you want to blame the wrestlers for that, so that's fine.
She was in a bad position.
Yeah.
They couldn't,
in the right position.
She couldn't get around them because of where they were. It's not that they were trying to block her.
Who's the ref that
fell
used to
in
jump
such a
over
place.
people?
Well, a number of refs used to do that. Robinson,
Tell her to get some bunnies then.
Corderas also would talk about you'll see them sometimes count from outside of the ring. They'll slide outside to get even, and they'll reach their arm in and count on the ring apron.
And I love that spot because it shows how important what's happening inside the ring is.
Yes. Oh my God, this is so good. Seth Rollins, every time he goes to that swing, Seth Rollins is always just like, my body is ready.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Because he's like, I really don't want to do this, but all right, Cesaro, you're the man. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let me ask you this. So I missed and I think you did too, the Paul Heyman Cesaro. Because Cesaro was a Paul Heyman guy at one point.
Oh.
Do you think Cesaro would be ultra credible with Paul Heyman by his side?
Yeah. Problem is Paul Heyman's protected it in a different kind of way. And I don't think Paul Heyman's the type at this point in his career to do anything that's not the main event. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And by putting Paul Heyman with a Cesaro, it doesn't put Cesaro in the main event. It just puts him on his way. You know?
Oh!
There it goes. That was a tough one to see.
Yeah. We might see this one again on Friday.
I never needed you at all. Okay, good.
Did Michael Cole just say "get got"? Jeez Louise.
Are they cool yet? They feel kind of cool. Yeah, I'll let it sit for another little bit because he's pretty particular to temperature. I feel like bad at stuff. I think it's just a little bit.
I tell you what, it was telling the way she got to the mat that was going to be the final count.
You think so?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I thought she got into position super fast. Just in time to 11 says, "Oh come on, fucking 50-50 booking." Yeah, that's insider terms or fake wrestling journalist terms. I don't use that shit.
It's also anti-storytelling terms.
Yeah.
What does 50-50 booking do? We talked about it on one of my shows. I believe it was episode 1. 50-50 booking brings me into 4 matches without knowing who's going to win. What it does, it truly puts 2 people on the same level. And when you have 2 people who don't start on the same level, who are now going back and forth and trading wins and losses, it doesn't just zero them out. It elevates the person who wasn't on the higher level. So you have Seth, who's a Universal Champion, who wins one, loses one, wins one, loses one, to one guy, Cesaro. And you start going, Cesaro might be a Universal Champion caliber person. It doesn't say, oh, Seth Rollins really lost a step. It's the reverse. And what it does is after 4 matches, you go, well, shit, I don't know who's going to win this one. Because they both, on any given night, have been able to pull a victory out of the other guy. I think the complaint about 50-50 booking is shitty video game AEW narrative of, oh, one person won, one person lost, therefore it's like nothing ever happened. No,
Right.
What it did is it established them on the same level.
Right. No, that's fair.
The same way with the DQ finish. When people say, oh, DQ finish, therefore terrible finish. Not necessarily. You're not owed a proper finish.
Well, I think at the...
Yeah, he's good.
Because I think about this a bunch when I'm trying to talk about it on the show. TW Takes Podcast, Terrible Wrestling Takes Podcast on all audio platforms. If it's not there, I'll put it there. No, the way I think about it, to be honest, because I try to defend it, there's sometimes you're ready for a long story, right? But then there's other times where, like now, we were having an awesome match. It just ended, and what it feels like is for the sake of Seth getting the win. Not because the match was headed there. But we're also impatient to wait for the story to come on Friday to see how that 5th match is going to make us feel.
Right, and what's next for Seth? What's next for Cesaro? Is this to bury Cesaro so Seth can go back up the reins? Maybe. Maybe it is. I don't know. Or is it a way to say, hey, maybe there's still one more left in here that can really elevate Cesaro?
Well, and to your point, they are elevating each other because who was the last one to have a title match with Roman Reigns at a pay-per-view?
Yeah. Yeah, that was Cesaro. Kuro brings up a good point.
Uh-oh.
The jerk that he may be. No, he says, what does 50-50 booking do? It makes WWE the top company for the better half of 41 years. It's true, too. If they were so if WWE was so goddamn wrong about everything, how are they so goddamn
That's the
successful?
funny part to me. That's the funny part to me. People are like, oh, well, they're Coca-Cola if there's no Pepsi. Show me a chance at being Pepsi. Show me a chance at being Burger King compared to McDonald's. It's just not... Yeah. Does McDonald's get lazy? Sure. And then they go, hey, here's McFlurries. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
The fuck's a McFlurry? Oh, and then that gets stale. Oh, dude, we got the fucking dollar menu, bro. I'm like, damn.
Dude, for a bit, yeah, the dollar menu, dude. When they first pulled out the grilled chicken sandwiches, those grilled chickens were fucking dope, dude. They always do something to spice it up a little bit more. You know what I mean? Here's a little something extra.
Yep.
Here's something high quality. Quality may taper off on the end there, but we're gonna pop something else in that's high quality, and we're gonna keep all the other stuff. It's a different world. I like it. They did that article in Forbes magazine about Tony Khan, and the writer was about someone who writes about billionaires, not a person who writes about sports. He was talking about this thing that Tony Khan has called AEW. And they said something along the lines of it so far has made like $45 million. They also had to make mention that is literally a drop in the bucket when you're looking at WWE numbers.
Right.
So they even had to say, like, look, you might want to call it number 2, but it is a distant number 2. You know?
Well, I've said it
They're
since
just
day
not
one
the
of the
same
podcast.
conversation.
I said since day one of the podcast. AEW is a company that has $1 billion behind it. WWE is a company worth $1 billion. You can go and buy AEW for less than $1 billion. You have to pay more than $1 billion just to air Raw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's just silly.
So there's a huge difference.
Yeah. Kiro says, wait, only 45 million. Yeah, it has something to do with their expenses. I didn't read all of it. I don't. Check it out. There's a Forbes article about Tony Khan. Check it out. It has it all in there. But yeah, something along those lines. And also that they're in the red because of their video game expenses, which a lot of people were upset about. But
it's all.
I don't have any problem with that.
Yeah,
that's what I said.
I saw an article that said
investing.
There's movies out there that when studios make a movie, they list each movie as its own business, and they find ways to write off all the expenses to where they make zero money.
Yeah.
So that the movie can operate at a net loss. It's all numbers and how it gets worked. I mean, yeah.
And even then, I think putting a heavy investment in video games is a super smart idea, especially for them.
Oh, yeah.
They have a video game-based audience. It's no question about it. They're all quite curious about the game. It needs to be good because they also come from such a gaming background. Guys like Kenny and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They have a lot to live up to as far as the video game goes. If they come out with a real fucking flop of a video game, that's going to be a huge tarnish on their image because they're the video game people who made a wrestling company. So they really gotta I think it's smart. I think it's smart.
I'll
Putting
give them the
there,
idea for free. They should do it like Fortnite or any of these other free downloadable games and just make the rest with microtransactions. So allow everyone to have it for free. How many people are going to continue to buy new arenas and new pay-per-view screens and, Darby Allin fucking paints his face with pink instead of white?
Yeah. They already tried to do a ton of transactions in their other video game,
that casino game or whatever.
Yeah. But again, this isn't about AEW specifically. And then Kuro's saying Impact's worth more than that. How is that number 2? It is about viewership being on network TV. Impact gets less viewers. They're not on network TV, so the perceived value would be less. They also don't spend as much on talent, so it's just hard to say, man.
Oh, dude, there's this.
I'm just glad I made it back for this. Yeah, dude, you made it back in time for Alexa Shayna. Dude, I'm super excited to see what happens here.
Dude, I have to tag you in this European account that follows the AEW ratings over there, and it continues to lose out to these horrendous shows. I'll tag you in it the next time I see it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Amanda Jane says, "Hey, I'd pay for changeable and Ricky Stark's clothing and accessories." Yeah.
She has fun playing with dolls.
I thought she makes.
I spent a few bucks here and there on iOS games and games for my phone where it's all like, oh, this gear for this wrestler, or oh, I can get a new wrestler if I just pop a couple bucks here. Like, yeah, that makes sense.
I thought Amanda makes Ricky's clothes in real life. Why would she pay for new clothes in a game?
She should just start making it herself.
Right.
Make a Ken doll with Ricky Stark's clothing, and I will get somebody to design us a Ricky Stark's head for you to put on it. Because I think I can have that happen. I know 3D printing people and stuff.
And who should give Ricky that pearl necklace that she's been talking about?
I don't know. I think I'm grossed out by what you just said. I'm unsure. Why the fuck are Nia and Reginald a part of this?
Damn it!
Get the fuck out of here!
Why?
There's no business here. I hope Alexa comes out and shoots them both in the head with a gun and then has a match with Shayna. Just fucking stop. End the night.
Say fire.
Guns are political? I just found out guns are a political thing. I shouldn't have said that. My views are not the views of WrestlingOnTheRocks.com, Single Mall Studios, or that of TW Takes Podcast. What? I just did a disclaimer. We're good now. You think the people will quote the disclaimer or no?
TWTakesPodcast.com and TW Takes Terrible Wrestling Takes Podcast. We do endorse the disclaimer of at Ref Marsh from Wrestling on the Rocks.
Oh, shit.
Here we go.
The graphic
Half
is
Lily,
different.
Half Alexa? Yes. This is what I said
Holy
on my
shit.
fucking show. I said this on my show. This is not about the Fiend or any other possession. This is Lily full possession of Alexa. I fucking love it. TW
She's
Takes
walking
Podcast.
different.
Let's
Her
go.
arms are moving different. Her
Let's
hands are
go.
different.
Let's fucking go.
Like a Lily embodiment.
So excited. So excited.
It could be. He was just saying that. She's asking if this is a Lily embodiment.
Yes. Yes. She said that right after
Oh, man.
WrestleMania. That the Fiend
Yeah.
awoken in her the spirit of Lily.
Oh my god. She's doing everything different. The details.
Yes.
Look, say what you want. Oh my god. Dude, say what you want. Maybe there is or is not a place for this kind of supernatural stuff in wrestling. Maybe. That's an argument to be had. But I will say the Alexa, the performer, is on a different level.
Yes.
She can perform on a level that other people cannot. And we need to appreciate what we have while we do. Because once Hollywood catches wind of one fart from that, they're scooping her up. She's gone. Shayna's not used to an opponent who's not even sizing her up.
Right.
And Reginald needs to get the fuck out of there or set him on fire. Kira was talking about the gambling game isn't even a game. It's microtransaction centered around a gambling mechanic. That's interesting. Graham says, next pay-per-view build on the story. Let Shayna beat his annoying ass in the most one-sided fight ever. She already did once. Well, I guess there was a back and forth. But
Hey Graham, why are you over in Marsh's
Whoa,
channel? 'Cause you
whoa.
like Twitch better?
Okay.
Yeah.
what? No, because he likes me better.
She did this
Oh my
against
Oh god.
Nia.
Yeah.
She did that against Nia.
But she's doing it better now. She's been practicing.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh my
it's-
god.
It's an alligator walk from Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah. Well, everyone does alligator walks in jiu-jitsu, but not in wrestling.
I'm just giving
I
origins.
think I think Daniel Bryan's done it, and I think he did it in his
he used to do it
Brock
walking
Lesnar
to
match.
the ring. This
Oh,
camera sucks. They showed the back end of that flip.
Yeah. But the connection they showed, and that was
Yeah.
gnarly.
Yeah.
Amanda Jane says, I am not responsible for his fashion. He should retire that. The character work is so good.
Focusing on Reginald.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to look into her eyes. I love it.
Yep.
I tell you what, Reginald being there shows strength of Alexa's character.
It does. Oh, he ate the 1.5 pieces. He didn't even finish the other piece. He rolled up.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, wait. He just poked his head up because he was like, what'd you tap me for?
Dude, can you not rub your nipples on the live stream?
I'm going to watch. You guys can see a squirrel come out and grab a piece of bacon. Come on, you know, sir.
So great for him.
We're seeing that every time she takes a shot, she just gets more.
Don't get it, dude.
This is Marsh feeding his nipple bacon.
Don't get it.
Live on episode 1, Marsh feeds nipple bacon.
All right. I'll give it to Oh! He swatted it.
What are they, nocturnal?
Yeah. But he loves bacon, so. Yeah, he doesn't get it very much anymore. Back in the day, I used to get Chinese food and Dunkin' Donuts on the daily.
What?
Now I'm not allowed to eat the way that I like to eat. He's not allowed to have food with me anymore. Producers really put a lockdown on our health. It's bullshit. She's like, you're not going to die by 40. And I'm like, fucking watch me. And it was a whole thing.
As Barney would say. Challenge accepted.
Yeah, challenge accepted.
This is the zone she wants to be in.
This will get
Back in the
Baszler an
limbs.
upper hand for sure.
I mean, what's happening? Alexa Bliss doing the old arm gimmick with Shayna. And Alexa's got those fucking wonky ass arms. She's got like double joints and
yeah, she can
all
invert
of
her
arm
elbows.
joints.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When she did it against Becky in the disarmer, I was all about
No.
it. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, yeah, Becky put her in the disarmer and then she holds up her arm and it just like flops backward and she's like, ah!
Oh my god, oh my
And
god.
everyone's like, oh my god. Yeah.
Was she rolled her up
fucking
after
fun.
that, I think, and got the win?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
she's awesome, man. I tell you, I mean, I'll never not be a Becky fan. I've always thought she was amazing. But after the draft, when Alexa came up from NXT and had her feud with Becky and took the title,
Yeah.
me and the missus, we were like, what the fuck is happening? Who is this Alexa?
Yeah.
And then from that moment on, we were like, oh, we're Alexa fans now.
Yeah.
She turned it backwards.
100%.
She turned her
Look
elbow
at her
backwards.
arms doing the bend thing.
Oh, good
Yeah.
God.
Well, my arms are double jointed, and I used to mess with a dude because we worked together and we worked in the prison system together. So we would like wrestle and try to keep each other up on like self defense and stuff. And he was showing me submission holds, and he shows me an arm lock, and I was like, I'm not feeling anything. He's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, I don't see what you're doing. And at some point, he's all like, your arm should be clearly broken right at this point. I don't know what's happening. And so I was like, well, maybe your arm bars don't work on me. And it's like, yeah, if you're double jointed, the arm bar doesn't do a lot. So then he showed me some chokes, which were insane. The dude could put you in a choke, 3 seconds, you were out. There was
Nice.
a good choke I found is insane. She did the bliss fit. She's doing something. Something's up. I think you have to do something crazy here because you have the Thunderdome one last time. This is it. Do a Thunderdome thing. Oh my God, she's crazy. I don't know if the Fiend returning has anything to do with this. I'll be honest,
you
Fiend
what I
can
really-
return and can also not return here.
What I said on my my Raw SmackDown preview for this is I really love the fact that Alexa and Nia showed how good Alexa can still wrestle. Possessor! Possessor!
Start a faction.
Yes, I said that on the show. You must have listened. I appreciate the download, sir.
Start a faction.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh.
Call it recess.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh!
Oh! Oh,
Give me all of
shit.
this. Give me all of
Screeching
this.
eels.
That's usually lights out.
What? That was a screeching eels. What do you want from me?
What's that, the Princess Bride?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, the inverted Sister Abigail. I love it.
No, she doesn't. Bray does. Keeping her arm straight while she walks makes her look so weird.
Get some. Oh, I love it.
Get it.
Mm.
Boom. Thanks for coming, Shayna Baszler. You're done for here. No, I'm just kidding. I'm
And tell
kidding.
me
A
it
lot
didn't
of
make
people are
sense. Tell me that match didn't make sense. That was fucking awesome.
Match was dope, dude. It was fun. And like I said, some point you're just enjoying what you have while you have it. We have Alexa right now. I don't think we have Alexa in 5 years. I think in 5 years she's long gone.
I'll take the under. And for Graham, that's a betting term. The under is a betting term, Graham.
Betting terms, I hear him. So Graham
I'll
likes
take the under on 5 years. I know Graham
Graham
said
the-
some dumb shit on Good Cop Bad Cop, and I was like, "What's the O/U on whatever it was?" And he's like, "Oh, you, I don't owe you anything." And I'm like, "Oh my god,
That's a
you
good
Brits."
point. He doesn't.
He doesn't. He doesn't. He was the first one to buy shirts. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Oh, my shirts are cicada approved. Check out the timeline of @MGB Graham on Twitter.
Cicadas fucked with your shirt?
Yeah, TWTakespodcast.com/TWTs.
Dude,
The
you
white
just
one
said
is
your
cicada
shirt
approved.
is a ticket for infestation. You don't
No.
want
No.
moths or cicadas in your shit, man.
No. It means that they will turn friendly. It
don't
turns
turn
Fiend
friendly.
Alexa into Playground Alexa.
No, that could be. Graham brings up a good point. Speak proper English, then I'd understand. That's true. He speaks the Queen's English.
I don't know the Queen. Okay, we don't have queens over here.
Dude, you know what they speak in Delaware?
What's the punchline, Marsh? Or that was.
I don't know. I'm Googling stuff about Delaware right now to find out a good pun to use. A good Delaware pun.
Anything to tweet about that last match?
Whatever you'd like to tweet about that last
What do they
match, you know,
speak in
say.
Delaware? This guy hits me up on Twitter. Dude, are you from New York? You speak like New York. Yes, I am from New York. Can't live somewhere else?
Shout out to Justin Time, who lives in proper New York.
Oh, man. Yeah, dude, when I did my Raw SmackDown recap with Hell in a Cell preview on it was Tuesday when you were filming is when I did mine, and Thursday I did mine same time as yours. So whatever it was, I did mine, and I'm like, this is a WrestleMania card. All these title matches, these matches are fucking amazing. Why are we this lucky and not excited? It's crazy.
Guys, look, the ESPYs have a best WWE moment. Voting open now. ESPN.com/ESPYs. I mean, given that WWE is so terrible and they're failing, that we should also be taking a look at the best AEW moments, which clearly would have to be on the ESPYs as well, right? They're the number 2 company. They're better than WWE in every way, right? They do everything right.
You're right.
Wait a second.
I think the best WWE moment
tweet at Meltzer if you want to
just happened. Award. Alexa making Nia slap Reginald.
Yeah, that was pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
Right after I...
Just in time to 11. New York represented over here. Yes, sir.
What's the Shayna's most stupid match I've seen tonight?
What'd you put?
Alexa's on another level, and we're enjoying everything she's doing now until Halloween sees her.
Yeah, 100%. Yo, did you see I got Paul Heyman to sign that drawing I did of Paul Heyman and Roman?
I don't think so, no. No, I don't think I saw that.
I tweeted about it. It was so sick, dude. My drawing of Roman and Heyman is signed by Paul Heyman in, like, gold now. So
the original one?
Well, I mean, the original one's digital on my iPad, so I printed it out, and I'm signing it.
But I'm saying the chalk cartoon style one.
Yeah, the kind of the splatter one.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. Let's see. Graham says Orange Cassidy is the best moment. Pick anything he does. I mean, if you're saying the bar is that low for AEW, I'd agree. Kiro says, well, ESPN's ESPYs thing is broken, so no voting for you. No, you can't vote anyways. It's rigged. It's a conspiracy. That's why Sammy's not on the list.
That's true. Average stream bitrate is too high. That is why I'm not streaming properly on Twitch.
Okay.
How do I change that?
Somewhere in your Streamline stuff. Yo, here's the deal with Sammy and KO.
Yeah.
They said back in PWG days.
They were in PWG.
Forever. They were in PWG. And they were getting Fight Forever chance back then. And they were like, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And they have. They've taken it very literally. And for some reason, those two dudes' chemistry is so good they are both on such a high level of execution that nobody is tired of the two of them fighting.
Yeah.
No one's tired of the two of them teaming either.
You know what's crazy too, because they spent a lot of time with each other, but I don't think we actually got invested in any story. So we're able to sit back and just enjoy what they do to and with each other.
Ooh, fuck.
Does that make
yeah,
sense?
but the thing is their story is so delicately told over the last 20 years of their fucking lives.
Yeah.
It's like, if you've been along for the ride, everything just becomes sweeter. If you are just getting into it, you're not sure why these guys are on a different level, but you can tell. You know what I mean?
Here's a interesting footnote. First time I heard Fight Forever, you'd be familiar with that. TakeOver Dallas, Nakamura versus Sami Zayn.
Yes.
Nakamura's first match. That was the first time I heard Fight Forever.
Mhm.
And then what was it, a year later, when we got the Sami Zayn KO at WrestleMania? And they did, or not WrestleMania, Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
They did the
BackLash
Fight Forever shirts with the two of them. I was like, oh, well, that's a Sami Zayn Nakamura thing. I didn't realize that it was pre WWE for Sami Zayn. So I was like, why are you using Fight Forever for them? That started with Nakamura and Sami Zayn. And of course it didn't, because, I didn't know Amanda Jane then to put me up on.
Oh,
PWG.
shit, there's the shirt. That is so good. I gotta get it, man, where it's half of each of their face.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, my God.
Oh, you never seen that?
I mean, I must have seen it then. At the time,
Yeah.
I was probably like, okay, whatever. I wasn't
Yeah.
I wasn't completely on board the same way.
Dude, one of my favorite shirts from KO is his KO Mania 2 shirt. And I got that
Oh,
for the
yeah, that's a
missus.
funny one.
And, because I was so mad that they didn't have it in a 2X. But I was like, I have to get it for her. And she loves it.
Here's one that's a large, and I'm thinking about it. I wear an XL now, but I've been losing weight. Do you think I could lose enough weight to get to this shirt?
Never seen you in person, so I don't know.
That's what I mean. This one is small. That one's never gonna happen.
Hey,
You
say
wanna-
challenge accepted and do it, bro.
I don't know. Maybe producer wants a Fight Forever shirt. They got a small size. Small man's.
It could always be betting for a sugar glider.
He's been seeing KO cough up blood and struggle to breathe.
All right, I'm
Dude,
not buying it
get
right
the
now.
shirt,
Anyways,
wrap your
I'm just adding to watch lists. I'm like missing the match because I'm trying to find an old shirt of theirs from fucking like 7 years ago.
Which means we will both be rewatching this separately before we go on live. Episode 1 Tuesday, WOTR the show.
The thing is that they just don't miss. So what are you
They
gonna
don't.
do? Be mad about it? You're gonna pretend it wasn't amazing?
Yeah, I said this a bunch on my show. I probably said it on yours too. The very first house show that the missus and I went to together, we were so excited to see Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens wrestle each other. They went for 7 minutes, and I was so disappointed. I remember looking at the clock before and after the match going, come on. I heard all these stories about house shows. I'm like, yeah, let's go. Best matches at house shows. 7 minutes of KO and Sammy? I was so pissed.
Amanda Jane brings up a really good point. Let me hit the chat real quick.
I
She does say
doubt it.
PWG times were probably like 13 years ago. Dude, you know how math is. I use a Steiner calculator.
Yeah, true.
Kira says ESPN's now giving a 503 error. That's because so many people are voting because AEW is not as popular as WWE. That's how popular
Boom.
WWE is. They shut down ESPN. Miss Amanda Jane says you can cut it and put it on another shirt, which is actually a great idea. I could buy it and turn it into a big giant patch, put it on a jacket. I could put it on the back of one of my Dream Match shirts. I got the Dream Match shirt of Generico versus Sammy.
Oh, nice.
I could always
You can make
Put it
it
on the
into a
backside
sticker
of
and put it
that.
on your humidor.
It's cool, baby. Cool.
What's a
Should I put 'em
good
away?
video bitrate for a stream?
I don't know what was the warning at.
The warning was at 900 kpps. kbps. It was at 900.
Part of it has to do with your internet. Ooh, fuck, that's good.
Well, I just dropped it to. It was at a 10,000. I just dropped it to 7,000. I don't know what that means.
Our video bitrate, video is 2,500 for us, and audio is 160. Yeah.
Well, I'll drop it to 2,500 then. Yeah, I don't know why it was at 10,000.
Yeah, that's probably why you're having an issue. He's having an issue with his video over there. I was just giving him bitrate.
That might have been what the error was when we streamed last time.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah, it's true. You fucked up the last time, so could be.
Yeah, but after fucking 3 hours.
Alright, I'm gonna read this one, but no more AEW talk, guys. Bakura does say, wait, can I question something? Isn't TNT Broadcasting partners with ESPN? And ESPN is broadcasting partners with TSN, and there's no AEW ESPYs. Which is a good point. Turner owns Time Warner has the contract with ESPN, and
wait,
there's
with
several.
What
do you mean?
When do they partner with each other?
They're partners, TNT and TSN.
No. What's TSN? Is that the Canadian thing?
Turner Sports Network.
No.
They're not partners with ESPN.
No.
They have nothing to do with it.
No. ESPN is
Disney,
Disney and Disney affiliates, plus Fox. So anything Fox Sports, FS1 and all that shit, and anything ABC or, you know, ABCN or all that shit. I don't think they have any TNT situations, because then that would mean that fucking Disney's in bed with HBO, and that's not true.
That's definitely not true. And Amanda says ESPN is Disney.
Yeah, because she wants her amusement park. Jeremy in the chat says Kevin Owens looks like he might have separated his shoulder. His arm is obviously injured, might be getting worked up. I will trust both of those opinions, whether it's hurt or worked, because as you've seen, me and Marsh, we've been bullshitting, not watching. So the brilliance of KO on display.
I mean, he's definitely like super milking the shoulder, and it could be a work. The thing is he's so good that it could be a work. The other thing is he's so fucking tough that it could be real. And the other thing is he loves it so much that it could be real, because he would still do it with a dead arm.
Yeah.
He would.
And
he would say, fuck it. If this is my last match for the next 6 months, then I'm going to have the hell of a match.
And if his arm was dead, he wouldn't sell it as much as he's selling it right now.
I don't know. If you look at that flip, he didn't move his arm one bit. He held it, which makes me think that it's possible that it's really going through it, because he keeps like going like, fucking my arm. Like, it's very possible, but it's also possible to me that if he's like, I'm out after this match, there's no way this match isn't going to be the best. Yeah, he's the type, if he thinks he's done for, he's going to have the match of his career, because in his mind, if I never wrestle again.
I have to see his right. Look at the crown of his left shoulder.
Yeah.
If there's that same kind of thing on the right arm, then we're fine, because it could be his body. But if they don't have that, yeah, he might be fucked.
The thing that's got me wondering too is that he keeps coughing still. So he's still putting over the nail he took, but he's also putting over the shoulder. It's just one of those things where I honestly think that if KO gets injured in a match, his thought is, if this is my last match, it's going to be the greatest match I've ever had.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and I think that if it's his last match and he's in the ring with Sammy, Sammy's going to do everything he can to protect him.
And not even close to what he would do for anyone else. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember we talked about it pre-WrestleMania, how much these guys love each other, and them having their like swan song moment at WrestleMania. But to continue this and have something. Oh, stunner! Oh,
fuck. Oh my God! And I think that if he were to get injured in a ring, there'd be no one he would rather see on the other side than Sammy.
Yeah. He knows he's gonna get taken care of the rest of the match. He knows that the two of them can do anything, 1,000%.
Yeah. Like even this weird punching thing back and forth where he's only like one arming it. It looks so good because it looks like a fucking fight.
Yep.
This is so good, man.
Oh. See, oh,
And I think that also, if the ref were like, Kevin, do you want me to stop the match? And he's like, no. I think Sammy would also be able to like, don't you do it. You know what I mean? Like Sammy
Yeah.
and Kevin Owens would, you have to convince them both at this point.
yeah.
Oh my God. Look at the way he's kicking him in the head, dude.
Well, the problem is, Pat, is Kevin can't even defend himself at this point. Every flurry he has left is out of instinct alone. He's coughing here on our table.
Let me see. Kiro saying it's a Canadian thing. ESPN's Disney, but ESPN and TNT in Canada or TSN.
Yeah, I thought TSN was in Canada. Yeah. So maybe that's it might just be an overseas thing. A Canada thing, international thing, because contracts are different. I mean, we see that with just WWE Network and Peacock. So
yeah. It says Universal NBC. Disney would make Starks a princess, which I'm totally on board for. That's so good, man. That's stunning. Kiro says paid to see that. Could probably convince them. Well, aren't Sammy and Kevin from the same place in Canada? Yeah.
no, one's from Maryville, the other one's from Montreal.
They're both from Quebec.
Yeah, but Quebec is like the size of Texas.
Texas isn't as big as you think.
That's what she said.
It's huge to you. I'm from Alaska, baby. You know how many Texases fit in Alaska?
1.5.
A lot. It's like 3 or 4. I think it's 4.
Are you really from Alaska?
Yeah. One's from Laval, one's from Maryville. Yeah. But they're both from Quebec, so that's the same thing.
Yeah, they're both from Canada.
Yo, it's like saying they're both from America. God damn this match, man.
Kick him out of the ring. Sami Zayn hanging on. Kevin Owens trying to breathe.
Kevin puts together a little bit of offense, then he's going to stop, try to catch his breath again. Look at this. Boom, what an elbow.
That was after a stunner outside.
Fuck.
Is that the mango or the traditional?
How physical is this match? On a running knee right to the back of it. Look at Kevin Owens landed throat first on the bottom rope.
Oh, selling the throat still.
To the already injured throat. And now Sami Zayn, Haluva kick.
A revitalized Sammy finding energy from somewhere. Cover.
Hit the finisher?
Oh! Uh-huh.
Just in time, 211. Co-signing what the brother Jeremy said. Looks like KO's arm might be legit injured. I tell you what, not often do we get a clean win by Sammy, and not mad at it either way.
I got my Sammy shirt on.
That's
You're wearing
awesome.
a Sammy shirt?
I'm wearing a Sammy shirt.
Oh, yeah. Producer's got her Sammy shirt on. We got a winner.
Dude, what? Why are you wearing a mask? That's weird, bro.
What I love about the Haluva kick is he doesn't hit it often, but no one kicks out of it. It is a very well protected finish.
Which sucks because the Blue Thunder Bomb is one of the coolest looking moves and doesn't pin anybody.
No, and he won against AJ with it once and looked shocked. It was great.
Oh, fuck. I don't care how much I like somebody. I don't know if I can stand them kicking me in the face for real, but not for real.
Dude, yeah, no, kick me in the face as hard as you can.
Oh, you got Sammy right there.
Yeah, I got a Sammy right here.
Oh, man.
Karmic justice.
You didn't want me to win, did you, Cole? They didn't want you to win either, huh? The people in your headpiece?
Dude, Pat McAfee is giving Sami Zayn his microphone. McAfee is a fucking broadcast Hall of Famer. He is a WWE Hall of Famer 2 times. Once for celebrity match and once for an announcer.
Michael Cole stood up to turn around. He was like, I don't even want to be part of this. Kevin's still talking about his shoulder to the ref.
And he's coughing.
He's incredible.
Dude, I tell you, when we went to that house show, we met Alicia Fox afterwards and we had drinks with her. And cheers to her sobriety. But she asked who my favorite now was, and I said definitely Kevin Owens. And at the time, I was wearing a KO shirt. I was into Kevin Owens starter kit. I had gym shorts, but I wear gym shorts all the time. KO shirt, gym shorts.
Yeah, you seem like the type. You got those stupid flip flops and shit.
Oh yeah, man. Dude.
Yeah. No, it's good. I got you.
Dude, wearing flip flops right now.
I
know. But no, I said Kevin Owens. I'm like, and she goes, "Oh, Kevin Owens. All he does backstage is walk around like I'm a wrestler. I'm a wrestler." And like I'm like, yeah, you can tell that all he cares about is being a wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
And he will do anything to make sure that he is a wrestler. There's nothing wrong with that.
So here's the funny bit, is I always thought, I was like, oh, if I met Kevin and Sammy, I'd be really good friends with Sami Zayn. I hear he's crazy into wrestling. He knows everything. He's very meticulous. And I've heard that's very, very true. But I've also heard, because he'd even talk about in an interview, when he's not at the venue and he's not doing it, he's not watching wrestling.
Yeah.
He's not thinking about wrestling. He's doing other things.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens is actually who I'd probably be friends with, because all he does is watch wrestling. If he's not at wrestling, he's watching wrestling.
Right.
You know,
but he doesn't drink beer.
What do you mean he doesn't drink beer?
I don't know. He did an interview. He did an interview with Renee on whatever show Renee had on the network a long time ago. And she was like, "What's your favorite Canadian beer or whatever?" And he's like, "Well, I'm like the worst Canadian because I don't drink beer or watch hockey." And I was like,
nice.
Shouts to you being American, bro.
Yeah.
But he didn't say like, yeah, he didn't say if he drinks, something else. But
he probably drinks.
But no,
like
I hear you. I
and
mean, everything I see Sammy Sans wrestling is so admirable. And I just don't live in that lane. I'm not that nice a guy.
Yeah.
Did you get a Dancing Sammy shirt?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we got two.
Nice.
Right, you got one for you too, right? The Dancing Sammy? Dancing? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just to do something like that, he makes a fool out of himself on purpose, giving everything he has inside the ring, and then turns it into an opportunity to give it to everyone else. He's so good. Just a good dude.
Yeah.
We say cheers to the Yingling Center. Farewell to your pay-per-view schedule, as Money in the Bank next month will be live in person in Texas.
Yeah. I'm gonna be at SummerSlam. We got our tickets. And the SmackDown right before it too.
Nice.
We're gonna do it.
What I was really surprised is that they didn't do any packages for SummerSlam.
Yeah, they did.
They did?
You didn't see the travel packages? I can send them to you. They sent them to me.
Yeah, I signed up for the notifications and everything. I mean, not that the missus will let me go, but I at least wanted to see what the price was.
It's actually cheaper to get a travel package that guarantees you a seat in the first 5 rows. The commemorative chair, all that stuff, the hotel, the SmackDown and Raw, all that shit. It's cheaper to get that package than it is to just go to Ticketmaster and buy front row seats.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's actually like cheaper to get the hotel package included. I don't like. That's why I get so mad at Ticketmaster.
Yeah, send me that link. I want to see what the damage is on what's available now.
It's pretty reasonable. I'm not gonna lie. It was reasonable enough to me to think, should I do it one more time? But also it was like, no, I should not do it one more time because I did it for Rumble.
And that was local though.
Yeah.
This is out of town. Like,
yeah, but it's still really
based off of how I feel about this SummerSlam, I'm wondering how I'm gonna feel come WrestleMania next year. When it's in Dallas. I know at first I was like, there's zero chance, but like now I'm kind of thinking maybe package that with a hotel. If all I got to do is fucking get the package and get a flight, I might be down for that.
Yeah, that's what's nice about it.
Later on tonight. On a dominant title defense last Friday, but 2 titles still on the line tonight. Before we go there, there's a little thank you that's in order, yeah? No doubt
Fuck.
about it.
I need like a fucking half a coffee or something, but I'll be up all night if I have a cup of coffee.
Yeah, I'm trying to use some right now.
Speaking of coffee,
Good point. Good point. New Wave Coffee is the way to go, brother. If you're tired, you know what you need to have. New Wave Coffee. NOOWAVE.co. Newwave.co. Promo code CHEERS. Get an additional 10% off on top of the already ongoing sale. New Wave Coffee gives you all of the good things about coffee and none of the negative side effects because it is infused with L-theanine and raw cacao for productivity, and creativity. Swatch Song is brought to you by New Wave. The good people over there too. Greg is the guy who owns it.
yeah, I got to email him back. I got my grounds of New Wave, and if you go on, if you have an espresso machine and you go on Amazon, there's people who have done the aftermarket style kits to do refillables.
Yeah.
And I told him I was going to do that with my Nespresso machine so I can see what the predetermined should be. So if you are in this watch along, whether in my chat or Marsh's, I have found that the 5.5, I don't know, it's either 5.5 or 5.7, 5.3, something like that. Malazio, for those in the Verturo Nespresso machine, is the way to go. But I haven't emailed him yet to let him know that that's what I found. But yeah, I found the, I don't remember what the kit's called, but Amazon, somebody on there sells a kit where you can make your own Nespresso pods for reusable, and it works well. So I do it that way.
What do you think of the coffee now that you've had it?
It's good. It's good. It's, you know what surprised me? Like how clean it is.
Yeah.
I mean, so I come from a food background, and I was never big into smoking, so I never damaged my palate. And I usually get to pick out, like, how things taste. And there's a lot of manufactured coffees that, like, have this chemical aftertone, right? Where, like, you know, you get this full palate fucking chemical taste. And this coffee, it's super clean. And it's not, it just, you know what's weird? It doesn't taste mass-produced.
Not at all.
Yeah, there's a craft quality to it. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. To be fair, just to be fair, because I am, you know, I say this about your drawings. You know, just to be fair, I don't have a clean enough system to notice the benefits that they talk about.
Yeah.
Because like you, I drink like a gallon of coffee a day.
Yeah.
I start out with a half a pot. So it's impossible for me to start my day or even cleanse my system of that and go into the New Wave. But when I do have it, I do feel like I'm drinking something really clean. And I'm a black coffee guy. I don't put anything in it. No cream, no sugar, no nothing. And for a black cup of coffee, it's super clean and very enjoyable.
Yeah, that's how I felt about it too. I drink my coffee black primarily. And every now and again, I'll throw some almond milk in some of them to smooth it up a little bit. I felt like I had no bite. I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
And I also felt like I could get away with not having the full pot. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I drink a shitload. I felt like I could get away with a little bit less on it.
So you have to double back. It has enough flavor to not want, let's say, like another cup or two.
Yeah.
But I don't find it super strong, because like I usually drink Bustelo or some type of dark roast, and I didn't find it like as bold as something like that.
Yeah.
And Bustelo's an espresso ground anyway, but But yeah, no, it's not shitty coffee. It's worth it to give it a try, and if you like it and you like to treat yourself, it's worth enjoying over and over again, especially with promo code Cheers.
Promo code Cheers. I like the idea of even with the subscription, because even if you do it right, I mean, you're getting, because you can even go down to like once every other month. So you're telling me like one bag every 2 months isn't worth the treat? Like,
that's what I did. I ordered the one up front and then the subscription, and my subscription's once every 2 months, because like I said, we have Nespresso, plus we do bulk coffee in the pot, and my pot's so damaged that I can't put New Wave in the pot, because it's going to taste like the last fucking 6 years of making coffee.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
I'd like to French press it though, but I don't have one.
Oh yeah, that's probably actually really good. That or pour over.
Yeah.
Let's see. Kuro's in the chat. He's talking about a little bit about Quebec, province size of Texas. Quebec's bigger than Texas. Conspiracy. He says, how many of the male superstars that we've seen tonight have kids old enough to do Father's Day stuff for them? Did WWE give all the dads the night off, minus Rollins, who he doesn't really count? Amanda James says MVP's a dad. We said okay. And
Lashley's a dad, right?
I believe Lashley's a father. I think Michael Cole is. I think that a lot of the refs are. I mean, I know you're talking about the talent specifically, but I think there's a lot of people in that building who are fathers right now.
I mean, look at Cesaro. You know he's got a kid or two somewhere. The guy's too good looking not to have kids somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd have his kid. Let's see. Graham's telling you to get a cup of tea, and then Kuro says, Marsh, how do I get you to be a ref? I mean, you just gotta fucking tell me where to be, man.
No, you are a ref.
What are we doing? Yeah.
It's in your name, bro. First name ref.
Yeah, it's part of the name.
Marsh.
Yeah, where are we going? Where you need me to count? Amanda Jane saying that Charlotte looks better.
She looks incredible. Charlotte looks incredible right here. I like the gear. I don't know what it's reminiscent of. And that's her dad. So how should we like you?
Yeah. I don't think I care for the eye thing. Like, it's fine, but I don't...
Yeah, it's creative. She's trying to do a trident through her eye with the cross. It's a little much, but...
I think I could do without it. I don't think it does anything for me, but I don't. It's not like I hate it. It's not like, oh, you fucked up here.
She's
okay,
a kid.
You tried a thing.
She's fucking 24.
What the fuck is that? This is stupid. Yeah, don't touch the fucking ref. Disqualify her. Let that be it.
The match didn't start yet. You can't get disqualified before the match.
You can fucking call a no contest. Yes, you put your hands on the ref. Match over. You're not having this match. Charlotte's such a fucking bitch to the refs, man.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in like a heel way. I mean that in like a performer way.
Yeah.
She disrespects the refs so much and undermines their authority in every way.
Right.
And it's really upsetting.
No, the heel way is like, hey, the announcer said this. Point to the announcer and then poke somebody in the eye.
Yeah.
Or tap them on the one shoulder. Yeah.
Yeah, she just completely undermined the ref because she did that not only in front of the ref, but involving the ref. And then says, what are you going to do about it? And the ref goes, yeah, I guess I'll do nothing. Yeah, because you have no fucking authority here. So, great. Now, what's the point of the ref? You just fucking buried the ref. And Sean Bennett is a great ref. Amanda Jane says Cesaro's super single. Kuro says, who put hands on the ref? I blinked. Charlotte did. She grabbed the title and pushed him out of the way.
Yep.
Fuck out of
here. She pushed him with the title.
Yeah. If it was Charlotte, she'll get suspended for 7 days for no reason and come back with no consequences. Yeah, that's probably true too. I mean, I'm already so out of this match, man.
Oh man, I'll save it for Tuesday, for episode 1. Because I have a super hot yet possibly extremely terrible take. But I'll save it for Tuesday.
You're like the Little Caesars of wrestling takes.
Why? They cost $5?
Hot and terrible and $5.
Dude, there's a Little Caesars by us that's so fucking good.
Dude,
And,
got
like-
the is it the pretzel ones? The pretzel.
No, just it's something. It's how they actually proof their dough, plus whatever's up with their sauce. Because there's I don't know, probably like just in this little area, fucking 3 of them, and there's one that stands out above the rest because it actually tastes that fucking good. Now, of course, it's not real pizza, but like at the end of the day, when we eat it, we're like, why is this so fucking good?
Yeah.
What is dope though is like 7 wings for $5. That's not bad.
But in that, as a result of that, Byron, we've seen a different side of Charlotte Flair. A Charlotte that is reverse suplex and out goes Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair went for it. Rhea Ripley able to reverse, but not for long and over the top. We've seen a Charlotte Flair
I did want to agree with you too, though. You said on, I believe it was episode 1 last Tuesday, on Charlotte losing the weight that she did. She looks so lean, so filled out that it matches her gear. The missus and I always had a problem with how the gear looked on her in certain forms, and this isn't a body shaming thing. It's just a clothes wearing thing.
Sometimes she wore stuff that wasn't as flattering as it could have
Yeah,
been. Other times
and
she wore
I
stuff
think-
that was fine.
And the way she has transformed her body into what her gear is, I think she looks outstanding.
Yeah.
And that's part of it, right?
And the
You
gear's
have to
been
be
completely
invested in the
flattering. her.
character.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was that?
And the gear's been completely matching and flattering as well. Because there's sometimes you see someone in gear, you're like, well, it's not that the gear's bad. It's not that you aren't in the right shape or anything. It's just that for whatever reason, the cut of that gear is just highlighting the wrong thing that you want. What is she doing?
I don't know, dude. This is their
What the
goat.
fuck was that?
This is their goat. Whoever fucking
the
says
goat.
this is their goat, Jesus Christ. And sorry to him too. I know it's not his fault.
Charlotte was just kicking the fucking air over and over again.
Yes.
Feet away from Rhea. Like so far away that it was like, where do you think they're shooting from? Where do you think the camera is?
I haven't paid attention to the chat in a little bit. Number one, I did see this but didn't say it. Said I want to see Marsh keep that on for the rest of the show. He was talking about your Sami Zayn mask, but by the time that came through in the chat, you already took it off. Also, he was curious whose kid you were actually going to have, and I do believe he was just surprised that it was going to be Cesaro's, not the fact that it would you actually having the kid. And then Jeremy says Charlotte disrespects everyone she's in the ring with. She'll do whatever she wants if she thinks it will make her look good. It's possible, but
100%. No doubt.
I've only seen her
Every
talk
time.
bad about the talent the one time when she was trying to shit on Becky.
Oh, she doesn't talk bad about them. She's just doing stuff in there that clearly puts herself over them. She doesn't mind making them look bad if it makes her look better. The only
that's the
thing
thing.
not bother that is because the match hadn't officially started. You're just gonna get it back and forth. It's not necessary.
Oh, I'm gonna do it.
Like, she can say in this that, oh, well, Ray is a rookie. She wasn't in the right spots.
Yeah.
But, like, the shit with Becky where she was saying that, oh, I was on my back making Becky, which just wasn't true because for me as a viewer, I was into Becky for everything and then the wrestling.
Yeah.
That may have cost her. Slide in with that attack on that straight left leg.
But neither here nor there. I do find
But
it
even
odd,
then,
though, that
if you honestly think that Becky beating Charlotte made Becky, then you weren't fucking watching. It was a lot of other stuff.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing, too, right? Honestly, when you think of Becky, do you ever think of Charlotte?
Almost never.
Right. You think of the Asuka
I think
stuff.
Charlotte's... Yeah, I think Charlotte's best match was against Becky at Evolution. I think Becky's best match is hard to pin down. Like, she's just had so many good matches with so many different competitors. And I think that also one of the best things about Becky is that her story is always important and compelling because she makes it that way. And
Exactly.
I think that Charlotte just happened to be involved in that one because they were waiting for the Ronda stuff.
Yeah, I always think when it comes to Becky and what I think makes her shit so cool is that the story surrounding her match and getting you that invested. What the fuck kind of pin was she doing? What was that? What the fuck just happened? They're gonna show us the whole sequence?
I'm stupid.
I am going to cover a half a leg, not hook anything, and then on two, put my foot up?
Yeah, and then also her other leg was underneath the rope. The count should have been canceled to begin with.
Right.
Both people need to be inside the rope.
So the ride that you take with the Becky storyline pales in comparison to the matches, and most of the matches are pretty seamless. That's what I was getting at. Just to put a cap on that.
Let me see. Kuro saying, oh yeah, she comes back with no consequence to get put in a title match. If Charlotte wins, I'm canceling my WWE network and moving to the US to get Peacock for free. Dude, yeah, come get your Peacock, dude.
I've gotten 10 votes so far.
That's good.
That's a fantastic take. I love that.
Totally love it.
That might be my favorite comment.
Really?
I don't even know who it is.
We put up a poll on our Twitter, so if you're watching live, let's see, enjoying Charlotte versus Rhea. Oh, Jesus.
It's pretty simple. Just yay, nay.
Yeah, it's a yay, nay. Are you enjoying it?
And what's the...
Out there.
Not
We've only got 12 votes so far, but they're coming in, and it's only been up 3 minutes. Totally love it, 33%. No part pass, 67%.
We just got the Andrade move.
Oh,
The
good. She should
backflip
definitely
into the
identify
moonsault.
herself as somebody else. How better for a woman to assert her independence than by doing her man's moves? If you thought she was upset for being known as Ric Flair's daughter, wait till you
Right.
see what it's like to be Andrade's wife.
Right.
That's messed.
Right.
I'm
wait
saying
until-
stop.
I
Hey,
know.
wait until she
exactly.
learns how to catch herself in the ropes.
Yeah. Yeah, wait till she starts doing Idolo.
She already does smash bottom.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, fucking stop doing other people's shit. Just, you're good enough to be you. Is
Dude,
what I'm
Charlot's
saying.
biceps are massive, though.
Let us
Oh, yeah.
see you.
Yeah.
Jeremy says Charlotte makes Andrade's move look horrible. It's not too bad. She definitely has
It's
the
not too
athleticism
great.
to pull it off. It's not as fluid as Andrade, though.
Yeah. Let's see. Cappuccino says, oh, Charlotte. Amanda's laughing. What's that?
Good cop, bad cop. How about something in the middle?
Really? That's funny.
Jimmy, to your point, it might be only a matter of time right now for Rhea Ripley, who's clearly handicapped
No, that's the point.
against a
Are you enjoying it? Yeah or no?
Charlotte Flair.
Yay, nay.
Feel her title slipping away. Charlotte Flair is not letting up in any way. Oh! Ripley fighting desperately to keep this matchup alive to retain her championship. It is getting ugly in the corner. Charlotte Flair not giving an inch.
So I'm on Twitter. If you guys are listening to the podcast, we appreciate you hanging out, having a good time with us, having a drink. You can always interact with us on Twitter at WOTR The Show. I'm at Ref Marsh. Twitch.tv/Wrestling on the Rocks if you want to jump in the chat. Also on YouTube, you can usually find us, WrestlingRocks.com for all of our links and stuff. Charlotte shouldn't have taken that massive bump and then started talking while she was on the mat. Just
No?
thought. At least put your hand over your fucking mouth. Let's see, Kuro saying, I want to go to WWE and tell them drop the name Flair from Charlotte and tell me how many people pay attention. They've done it twice. There's been several times it only was Charlotte, and they would only say Charlotte, and they never said Flair. They've done it, but it always comes back because at the end of the day, too much of her presentation is based off her dad.
Yep.
Look at where her knee pads are right now. Her knee pads are under her knees. Who did that identifiably all the time? Her dad. And why? Because he was self-conscious about his legs.
Oh my god, that's fucking hysterical. Dude, I'm gonna tweet this to you right now.
Hit me with it.
And I'm gonna hit the show account too. I don't know if producer's controlling that one. But no, I called it out in the beginning of the match. As soon as she bounced off the ropes and did the fucking stutter step, that's her dad 101.
Yeah.
So why would you woo or chop if you don't want to be known as your dad's daughter? And don't do it just because it's Father's Day.
Yeah, just don't do it. And it's totally fine. And I prefer it, you know? I absolutely prefer it. And you know what? You've done enough.
I'm
going
to smack Just the Wrestling 5 in the face. He just said this is actually Rhea's best match. You're out of your fucking mind.
I mean, maybe her best main roster match. Maybe. There's just too much tomfoolery going on around it.
Now she's out of the ring. Going after Charlotte Flair. Oh! Rhea Ripley giving chase. Caught once again by Charlotte Flair.
Just in time 211 in the YouTube chat says, I'm just going to flat out say it. This match is god awful. It's in between. It's in between. It's
a leg thing?
It feels stereotypical of a Charlotte match. And it still hasn't allowed Rhea to be Rhea. That's my problem.
Because Rhea was supposed to be kicked into it. And Charlotte just keeps missing. Spear! 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 Oh my God, Spear!
Don't fucking do it.
What am I doing on Twitter?
If she doesn't fucking bridge and Rhea taps out,
it's Ricky Gervais. What she should do. Oh my God, this is so weird and sloppy already. Start counting, ref.
Right.
Goddamn kidding me. She's already fucked with you, dude. Once
I thought you said he was
good. He is good. So what the fuck is he doing? He's being lenient because it's Charlotte. And that's what it comes down to a lot. Is Charlotte has a lot of fucking pull. People don't want to fucking make her mad. But at the end of the day, once a performer puts her hands on you, let's say you don't want to fucking disqualify the match because of how everything's supposed to go, you be a little bit more aggressive on stuff.
What?
The fuck was that?
You can throw her into it, but you can't throw it into her? Rhea caught a DQ for that? Are you fucking kidding me?
Was that even a double was that even a double count out, or was that just literally for the fucking top of the thing?
It had to be for the top of the thing.
If it was for the top of the thing, that's fucking dumb.
19 votes.
Send Sean Bennett to AEW.
Hey!
What?
And send Stu Bennett to the main roster.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Yep. Fatina, she's self-conscious about all her body, it seems. Okay. Graham says there's no option for in between on the poll though. So how did you vote, Bishop? That's right. You gotta vote.
Honestly, I voted for liking it. I think it every single time these two touch, it has an ability that keeps me invested. So I want to see something dope. So I'm always interested in watching. So I'm not gonna lie and say that I don't want to watch it.
Yeah. Amanda says someone lost an eyelash. So we saw, you know.
Yeah, it was stuck in her hair. Yeah, it was stuck in Charlotte's hair.
Kiro saying, are we saying that Rhea can't beat Charlotte clean? What was that finish? They haven't replayed shit. I don't know if it was a double count out or not. Oh, yeah. No, winner Charlotte Flair because of the fucking use.
Go fuck yourself. This is fucking stupid.
It's a thing now. Okay.
Yeah.
Champion Rhea Ripley.
And you're gonna make Rhea the heel by being happy to take that victory? This is so fucking stupid. Tell a real fucking story with a once in a generational talent in Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, but it's all to protect Charlotte. How do we keep the title on Rhea but make Charlotte look strong?
You know how? You know how? Don't have them face each other. That's how.
Fucking don't.
You can do this shit with Charlotte and someone else. Do it with Dana Brooke and elevate Dana Brooke to this level to where she gets fucked over and Charlotte wins.
Bitch.
And then you have a strong ass.
Really?
Dana Brooke.
The fuck is Charlotte's...
All right, I'm gonna take a quick pee break.
All right. It's ridiculous. This was awful, man. Like, and what do we keep saying? As much as we want these matches to be good and we watch to enjoy, every time they put Charlotte and Rhea together, it's like, I'm not looking forward to this. I don't want to see this. And then this kind of shit comes out of it, man.
Give me a hell yeah. This is the Broken Skull Sessions. No gimmicks, just straight shooting and telling damn good stories. Bang bang. On this episode, hardcore legend and WWE Hall of Famer Mick Foley. I've seen you talk about being known for one match.
Yeah. For the longest time, I'm pretty sensitive.
Yeah, it's just annoying. Guys, if you're in the chat, we appreciate you being here. If you're just hanging out, watching along, being part of the buyback, appreciate you coming through. Twitch.tv/Wrestling on the Rocks. If you guys want to be join the chatter. Also during the shows, you can derail the show while you go at it. Let's see.
We had 21 votes.
So that's good.
33% loved it, 67 nope.
A lot of people didn't like it. Let's see. Kuro saying, just wait, March Monday is going to be a rematch with no DQ with Charlotte winning. Oh, yeah, they'll fix this one right up. And then it won't be for the title, though. But Charlotte will win because it won't be for the title. We'll do something like that.
Those wrestling girls hug, so this feud continues.
Yeah.
It's buffet. It's new shows. Yeah, boy. It's your favorite shows.
I have goosebumps. Feel.
Yeah. Oh. I'm going to tweet this one and see if I should take it down later. We'll see if Carderas tells me to take it down.
Exclusive originals. It's Michael. Minions. Mamma Mia. Main event. Oh, and much more. The best thing that's ever happened. That's why you can't not watch. Watch for free. Upgrade
But
more.
let's see. It'll be a title match, she says. I think it's going to be a non-title, and that's how she's going to win. But, guys, this watch-along is brought to you by New Wave Coffee, NOOWAVE.co. newwave.co.co for New Wave Coffee. You can get a shirt, you can get a mug, you can get a subscription service where you can get a bag of coffee every week, every other month. You can use the promo code CHEERS for an additional 10% off on any of those items on top of the ongoing sale they have on most of their items. The 10% off will apply to the first bag in your subscription services if you do it. Otherwise, just get a bag and try it out, see what you like, and then maybe try it again for the subscription, see if you can double down on that first 10%, you know? Bishop, how thrilled are you about Rhea Ripley here?
Disagree, Bill After.
What did After say?
Amazing brawl between Charlotte and Ripley. Looking forward to the rematch after Ripley was DQ'd.
No doubt about it. You know what I can't wait for?
My computer froze.
The main event has finally arrived inside Hell in a Cell. The WWE Championship.
I would just
At Just a Wrestling 5, not in any chat but in a tweet, says, I accept the L because of the DQ, but I stand by this statement. This was the most physical match I've seen without the use of gimmicks, and it didn't feel lead. I don't know.
What was it that you saw?
He and Maxine. You tweeted something nice about him the other night, like great commentary about him.
Oh, nice.
I think maybe they made up.
Yeah, patching it up.
Just in time 211 in the YouTube chat says, could the narrative of WWE seeing Charlotte as a babyface be more blatant? So nauseating. I get it, she's protected. And I guess the problem, the disconnect, is that we don't feel that way. We feel as though she's not doing anything to cheer for her.
Yeah.
Real quick, Marsh did plug New Wave Coffee. I want to plug the newly decided promo code, thanks to Graham from Good Cop, Bad Cop. Promo code JustCuz gets you 90% off. 90% off at twtakes.podcast.com/TWTs. All merch associated with that site, 90% off. Until I show up on episode 1 of WOTR the show. Just cuz.
You won't get another championship
Just cause.
That means if it's $100, it costs you $10.
I accept. But I'm gonna need something from you, champ. I want Lashley versus McIntyre for the WWE Championship inside Hell in a Cell.
What Graham doesn't know is I'm going to send him a bill for the 90%.
The Almighty accepts your terms. But what you fail to understand, if at first you don't succeed, you just don't win. You walk away in shame. That's how this story is going to end.
So this is it, right? Main event?
What are we looking at? World title. Yeah, this should be the main event. I should wrap it up here.
With a claymore right between your eyes when I take back my WWE Championship. I'll see you in hell.
And I will beat you there also.
Oh, man. Leave it to Charlotte to really fucking deflate the sale on these shows all the time. Huh. It happens every time we do the watch-alongs. We get to a Charlotte match and all of a sudden it's like, well, fuck, what the fuck's going on here? Yeah, he's
Dude, her
just
spot at
let's see.
WrestleMania was fucking dope. She didn't derate WrestleMania.
Yeah, she wasn't in it. It was great. Let's see. It'll be a title match. So, quick question: if Lashley wins, who's next? Kofi is. I have a super early start tomorrow and don't really care about this match, so I'm tapping out for the night. Says Graham. A pleasure as always, guys. See you next time.
Cheers.
Graham, cheers. Thank you for coming through and having a drink with us, man. One of our favorite drinking buddies. Kiro says this match is sponsored by Sword Noises. Swink, swink, swink.
Now time to face your fate inside Hell in a Cell.
I hate this chat.
It's not even yours.
That's right. Get 2 hands on Vince's sword. Do it. Put your hands all over it. Now I want you to press on the tip of Vince's sword. Press it in. There you go. Get it. No, all it took was Drew McIntyre shoving Vince's sword, getting 2 hands around it, pushing it in. There you go. Think about Vince when you grab it.
Come on.
Oh, look at. Oh, Drew McIntyre, real serious here. Yeah, well, I'm pretty much a Terminator.
You're not a Terminator.
Oh, yeah, shake it. You're home now. Oh, yeah, I feel just like home. Oh, I've got the advantage. Oh, I've been here. Yeah, you lost here. Didn't he? When did he lose and when did he win to Randy Orton?
Doesn't matter.
I don't know.
I think he lost Hell in a Cell, won it back at TLC.
Yeah, I think it's about right. Ba-do-do-do-do. I want him to lose so bad. Oh, I'm so intense.
Yeah, but how fake Scottish is he? He wears a kilt and underwear.
Oh my god, I thought you were real.
No, that's just how I imagine it. He flexes so hard he farts and that's how the fire goes up. He's cartoonishly Scottish and it's a little annoying to me.
What's that Scottish character from The Simpsons?
The groundskeeper Willie.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Or who's the guy
Match is
from?
sponsored by sword noises and mild sexism as well as corporate greed in a mobile game that's totally not the same as our previous 12.
Do you remember that motor oil commercial from a few years ago? It was Think with your dipstick, Jimmy. The guy would come up and smack people in the leg with a dipstick.
It's pretty good. I like it.
Yeah. Very Scottish. That's what Drew McIntyre reminds me of. Somebody who doesn't matter. That just hits people out of nowhere.
That looks cool.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was cool with the shirt, too.
Yeah. His intros are so good.
Yeah. Bobby Lashley is the fucking credible ass champion. He
Oh,
is the
dude, this
real
shit's cheap
goddamn
as
deal.
shit.
What?
The packages. That's not bad at all.
Here we go. Doop, 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 scuba dooba doop. Lunar couldn't be here today. He's training or something, so what's going on with him?
I'm telling you something right now, as you watch this live on Peacock, I don't care if you're watching on your TV, on your computer, whatever screen you are watching this on, doesn't do justice to how big and how strong.
I want Bobby Lashley to win clean and quick.
My question coming into this match, we know that Bobby Lashley can be barbaric.
So SummerSlam. So you had to get the SmackDown ticket separate?
From the Friday one?
No, the Friday one is, but there's no ticket included in the package.
I don't remember looking at the package. I remember last time I got the packages, it included Raw. You can get, let me see.
This says brunch, SummerSlam gift bag, travel pack, concierge, and a hotel. And the SummerSlam ticket. Doesn't say SmackDown added.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they don't have the other shows on there. It's not on there. When I did the Rumble, you could get the package that had Raw and NXT and Rumble.
Yeah.
And then for like an extra $1,000, you could also get SmackDown. And I was like, I'm not spending $1,000 for SmackDown. I was like, you just gave me all the other ones for less.
Yeah, when they did,
we got some cheap tickets for it. And,
when they did the last SummerSlam at Barclays, I was like, might do the whole package there. I could drive up, so no plane ticket, and
Drew is so fucking forced and phony when he does this shit. When he's just like walking back and forth, like, oh, let me at him.
Yeah.
He just looks like a kid who's trying to be intimidating. This is what a scary person looks like.
Ooh, scary.
I think Bobby Lashley should take that finger and just stick it in his eye right now. Just hold up the one and then just boom, jab him in the eye.
What if Drew McIntyre stopped dyeing his beard? Do you think he would resonate more then?
Yes.
I think so. I remember Sam Roberts said it a couple years ago. Roman wearing blue contacts was a disconnect because we know his eyes aren't blue. I was like, that's a good point.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it'll pull you out. Sometimes it'll draw you in. It depends on the thing you're doing, you know?
Well, yeah, I'm saying, like, so part of Roman's charm as a character is, like, the 12 gray hairs he has in his beard.
Yeah.
He's a family man who works hard for a long time for his family.
Yeah.
Like, those kind of people aren't insecure with their looks. Their age wears on them. Their workmanship wears on them.
Yeah.
But they want McIntyre to look like a fucking superhero.
Yeah.
Superheroes don't have flaws.
Childish to me. Like, this whole fucking stare down has been so stupid. Oh, it's intense. I don't buy into it at all. It looks so fucking forced from Drew. I'm a tough guy.
Intensity in the eyes of the champion. Icy stoicism on the face of the challenger.
Wouldn't it be cool if MVP stuck his cane through there and like pool cued McIntyre in the back?
Well, no, because then Drew McIntyre would grab the cane and pull MVP through one screen hole. So to your point, we already don't care about the story because of, you know, Lashley being the champion but has to be the first one to go for weapons. And Drew McIntyre taking over from the beginning, so he already looks stronger, more dominant than Lashley, and less of a coward. And will most likely have a really good match, but the story's like, eh.
Yeah. So, Jimmy Corderas is saying the reason that would be a DQ is that Rhea took the lid off of that little plank off of the table and intentionally hit Charlotte with it. He said, if you liken it to the steel steps, it's not illegal to throw someone into these steps, but it is illegal to pick up the steps and strike someone with it. I think maybe what made it so stupid is that
they were
the
both
lid is
right there.
They were both there, and also the lid is such a piece of shit little flimsy thing.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're hitting someone to hit someone to hurt them.
Right. Right. It was faster to throw the top at her than throw her into the top. That it was just a convenience thing, and it does the same fucking damage. I agree, though. I get what he's saying, and I'm definitely not gonna disagree with that. I think if that's the case, that's lame. Because they were literally right there. Now, if she picked it up and swung it at her and used it as a weapon, I get that, and technically she did. But that technically is like, you know, walking in the door at work at 8:01 because someone else cut you off, like, at the parking spot. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, I was here.
Yeah.
But I got cut off at the parking spot. Oh, well, it's 8:01. Well, you're just being a dick. Like,
yeah.
Those steel steps, and then the second impact for good measure onto the WWE champion.
McIntyre doing damage on the outside, but the challenger well aware that this match must come to an end inside the ring.
McIntyre not letting him off the hook.
The champion is hurt.
That's not a common sight you see from Bobby Lashley. McIntyre all set on
McIntyre wants the future shock. Oh! Lashley counters with a fierce elbow.
Right across the jaw. Beautiful
what do you mean?
boot to the face by
Oh, yeah, yep.
McIntyre up to this
Oh, yeah, it's out there.
controlled this match. Belly to belly suplex all the way across the ring.
Tremendous impact on the spine of the champion.
Yeah, that's what we were watching going like, what are you talking about?
Lashley, as we look once again, Drew McIntyre launching Bobby Lashley.
Hey, basically, you still with me?
yeah.
Okay, cool. I didn't know if I lost audio. I didn't hear anything from this.
No. I was reading the response of at Just a Wrestling 5. He does agree that Rhea's NXT moments will dwarf anything that's happened in the main roster so far, but he doesn't agree with me that the Asuka WrestleMania match was better than what we saw tonight. I tell you, and he is one follow that if you ever get into a conversation, it stays a conversation. It never turns into an argument. And I respect the shit out of that, especially on Twitter, of course.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah.
Me and him had a good couple talks.
It's refreshing.
Getting ice. Yeah. And he gets a kick out of some of the stuff I do, which I appreciate.
Yeah. Yeah, if there's ever like a disagreement, he's like, dude, you're fucking crazy.
Yeah, I think he also picks up on sarcasm better than some.
Yes, 1000%.
Or most, I would say.
1000%.
Sometimes I'll say something and he'll laugh on it. Was it Justin 5 or some shit?
Just a Wrestling 5.
Oh, just a Wrestling 5 or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there was once where he's all like, has there ever been a 2-time NXT champion? And I sent that picture of Vince McMahon walking up Charlotte and putting his hand up on her. And he started laughing. I'm like, Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, that's definitely his speed.
What's he doing? Oh.
This sustained offense is precisely what McIntyre wanted to avoid.
Oh, I wanted the pile driver.
Damn near impossible to slow down or stop.
Ooh.
As big as this cell is, the size of these
I blew you over my shoulder. I can't do the impression. Hurts my throat.
Get Drew airborne.
No. Oh. Spine first into the ring post, and now it's McIntyre with the opportunity to make
That was an Irish curse backbreaker, wasn't it? Or white noise?
Ooh, here we go.
It looks like it's bad. I truly don't care who wins here. It's getting kind of ridiculous.
McIntyre's longtime friend and rival.
Let's see, let's see. Kuro saying he needs to point something out. Allegiant Stadium aligns with the Center of Disease Control and Prevention, CDC. And state of Nevada, for all COVID-19 protocols, CDC has issued updated guidance that individuals who are fully vaccinated against COVID no longer need to wear masks or practice social distancing indoors or outdoors. Guests who have not been fully vaccinated must wear masks inside Allegiant Stadium. The state of Nevada and CDC do not currently require proof of vaccination to attend events. They don't require proof, so if I'm not vaccinated, I'm just going to show up without a mask.
Right. So that's why,
Yeah.
even though I don't have mine, I also don't trust those who don't have theirs to wear a mask. So I wear a mask.
Yeah. SummerSlam packages include SmackDown, but not Raw. No, it sounds like they don't include either, from what we were double checking. But I mean, it should include SmackDown. I had to buy my 2 separate tickets, but still didn't look at the package at the time. But yeah, I mean, I'm vaccinated, but I also typically still wear a mask because I just don't trust the amount of people who are willing to lie to feel better than others. You know, their moral obligation to lie to feel better is astounding. So I just go, all right, I'll just wear a mask and make sure everybody's okay.
The day after Delaware announced that they were along that line of, you know, if you are, and it's all, you know, user error or, you know, at your own discretion because nobody needs proof. When we saw people who weren't willing to dress themselves properly, and we knew that, like, you're not going to drive yourself to a vaccine facility, oh, okay, you don't take the time to, like, you know, even put a hat on if you don't feel like fucking taking a shower. Whatever it was so obvious.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, oh, you're definitely not vaccinated, so I'm definitely wearing my mask around you.
No, makes sense. There's no point. No point in getting people at risk.
Dude, is Drew gonna join the Hurt Business? He's wearing black and gold.
Yeah, but it's like the Scottish Hurt Business.
You know what it is? It's heel shit. Let's wear the champion's colors.
Yeah, it's true.
McIntyre just now saying, we're just getting started. Here's a couple steel chairs to add to the party. Are you kidding me? Why not 3?
Oh, my God. I responded to @JustWrestling5 with wrestling is art and art is subjective. And then he hit me back with a Shield meme. Because the guy's fucking dope. He gets it. Follow @JustWrestling5. I know every single person in this chat already does. So.
Good point. Good point. Let's see. Sometime I just bought the. Buy a plane ticket for the exact date. Kuro just got his ticket for SummerSlam. Hey, if you're out there, dude, we're gonna be there. So hit us up. We'll get a drink over at concessions real quick.
Awesome.
Yeah, I already got the package. Just wasn't our year for that. Just wasn't our year for that. We'll be back to packages one day. We're making enough podcast money.
Yeah.
Money in podcast.
I think money in podcast.
Like money.
Hey, Marsh, are you back? Because it's just your picture up.
What do you mean? My camera's still live. I'm showing live. Am I live on the stream? I'm live on the stream.
I have your picture. Your graphic. So your Zoom.
Zoom might have cut it. That happens sometimes. Yeah. Because if my computer overheats, then on Zoom it'll cut my graphic there.
So it is me in the caricature of the champion and ref at Ref Marsh. If you want to see Marsh's face, tune into twitch.tv/wrestling on the rocks.
Which is also a little bit weird because on the Streamlabs, I told it to capture the image from Zoom.
Yeah.
And somehow, I still got my camera going from it. Even though Zoom cut it.
Could be the best weapon in his arsenal. The Hurt
Let's
Lock is
see.
what put McIntyre down at WrestleMania.
See, they got a first class ticket. It's the way to do it, man.
McIntyre right into the cover. Oh.
Wasting no time. Wasting no time is McIntyre. Powerbomb all the way onto his back.
What a flurry of offense.
Yeah, the missus and I were talking about, you know, the travel packages and all that shit. And I think when WrestleMania is in Hollywood, the little one is going to be 8 at the time. And that might be a really good age to just
Like,
go
what the fuck
3D
is Drew doing here?
WrestleMania
He's
travel
standing there
package.
staring at him like an idiot.
Trying to be menacing.
Oh, look how intense I am. Oh, I just sit
No, he
here
looks
and stare
sad.
at you.
He doesn't look menacing. He looks sad.
McIntyre snap. Look at the concern on the face of MVP. That is an unfamiliar sight.
I don't get it. I don't see it. I don't like it.
Who's a Drew McIntyre fan? Anyone in the chat a Drew McIntyre fan?
You're right about that one.
Yeah, if you're a Drew McIntyre fan, let us know.
Yeah, sorry.
Kira says, it's not my money. I don't care how much I spend. Dude, give me some of your not money.
Right.
Give me other people's money. Buy me one of them tickets.
Dude, Kuro.
I'll sit right next to you, dude.
TippyTixPodcast.com/TWTs. Promo code JustCuz, 90% off. If you have
a good
Just
point.
Cuz money, get that fucking 90% off. Promo
Yeah, you're
code
paying
JustCuz.
10% on the cheapest shit already.
You know what that means? $60 worth of t-shirts cost you $6.
I wish that didn't look so fucking phony.
What do you mean it looked phony?
That didn't look phony to you? He had a fucking
Yes, it
3-foot
looked
circle
phony.
around his hand.
Jeez, Just a Wrestling 5 gets sarcasm, but you don't. It was so
Because
bad.
you're dumb all the time, dude. You're not dumb specifically.
Hey, can you be on my show Tuesday? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna need you on the show. Let's see. He says, I'm being forced to take a vacation time in August because I have 3 months paid. Oh, yeah. A lot of companies will do that. If you have too
Yeah.
much, they'll make you take some time.
Yeah, sure.
Boss let me use company card to plan my vacation.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, Tom, you need a partner to hang with.
Right,
You know?
I was just gonna say
I'll
that.
let everybody else sit by themselves. They can all go have a good time. You and me, we party. Tell my
Just
brother
gonna
and
say
the
that.
producer and everybody. Just be like, hey guys, hang. I'll see you. See you when I come around. What the fuck is this about?
They're doing the New Day Usos thing.
Yeah. Yep, he's definitely trapped. He could never get out of that. Oh, he gave the middle finger. That's that AEW moment. He said we got a plan for a way to get that 24/7 title so I can come. That's a good point.
Here's a question. What if you randomly see R-Truth? Are you allowed to attack him for the 24/7 title?
There has to be a WWE official nearby.
Oh, that's
If
right.
there's a ref near him, then you can.
That's right. What if there is, but they're not wearing the ref shirt? I mean, you always
They'll
have
to
one
wear a
on
ref
you.
shirt.
Yeah.
I'll tell you though, I'll wear my WWE logoed one underneath my shirt, so if someone sees them, I'll rip my top shirt off and be like,
Dude, that
boom,
would
let's
be
do it. Get that
fucking
count.
awesome. The problem is, as much of a clown R-Truth is on TV, the dude is so ripped, so athletic, there's zero chance any regular person has a chance.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. R-Truth is already such a badass. There's just no
Yeah.
chance. Kuro says a fan already did it. I know I saw a thing at like a fan who took a 24/7 title to a meet and greet. Mick Foley did it, but I didn't see about Truth and a fan. Sounds
Oh,
pretty
that's cool.
WWE champion living up to his name.
Just in Time to 11 says, I like Drew, but I'm over the non-stop title opportunities. Okay. Jeremy says, not me. He's a wannabe babyface, but acts like a dickhead.
That's
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying, man.
Completely agree.
I've been calling him a heel for how long?
I think since episode 1.
at least since episode 1.
Becoming WWE champion may have just evaporated before our very eyes.
Honestly,
I wish Bobby went for the pin there. It made Bobby look stupid to slam his head into a chair and then not at least even go for a pin. He just walked away and gave him, what, a minute and a half to rest while he found a stick?
yeah. My biggest decline with Drew was when he had all the legends help him in the ambulance match.
This
and
is
he
like
barely beat Randy Orton.
This is not the visual I want.
It's Terminator, bro.
It's Terminator, but it also... I'm not going to say. I'll text you later. But
Okay.
the visual of what we're seeing is, to me, pretty fucking obtrusive. For him to just be getting caned and whipped and to stand up in defiance. You're like, yeah, it's
Oh,
the
boy.
guys thing. Fucking referee takes the fall. Drew McIntyre is impervious to pain.
Referee Chad Patton is down. He's down and out. Literally out of the ring. Lashley face first into the chair.
McIntyre specifically went out of his way to hit the ref in the most obvious of fashion and goes, "Oh, ref, what could... Oh, come help me."
Yeah.
No, fuck you, dude.
But there's no official to count.
Official inadvertently taken out by Drew McIntyre, who's busy.
Oh, Kira says it is quite literally, if you see him, you can challenge him, but you have to sign a waiver first.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
There goes surprise.
Demanding the other official on the outside of the cell enter. This is smart if you're Drew, but desperate.
Gotta get another referee. Lashley isn't gonna be down forever.
And the hurt lock. Lashley wants the hurt lock. Can Drew fight it off any longer?
Get his hands connected. It might be over. Great escape by Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre hitting Bobby with a chair. So it takes Drew McIntyre to beat the shit out of the ref to finally start getting in some offense.
Right.
Oh, now he's going to Claymore him. And... Oh, God. Oh, my God.
He still can't get the door
Claymore.
unlocked, though.
1, 2. Here we go.
And he hit the 3.
Oh, that's what you get, Eddie. Yeah, don't be getting involved, Eddie.
Jeremy says, I think Hell in a Cell needs to be put on hiatus for a couple of years. It's played out at this point and needs a break. It's
Who said
not
that?
a terrible wrestling take.
Who said that?
Jeremy did, Justin's brother.
Jeremy? He is wrong. It is a terrible take, and I'll tell you why. Hell in a Cell isn't for you. It's not for me. It's not for the fans. It's not for the hardcore fans. Hell in a Cell is a way to bring in casual fans once a year. They remember Hell in a Cell.
Then make it
what's Hell in a
special.
Cell like? It is special by being in a cage. It is the one time a year they guarantee a cage match. People who don't watch all the time are going to watch it because it's a cage match.
No.
Because they remember Hell in a Cell.
Make the match special. Like when it was Brock and Undertaker and shit went crazy and Brock had to rip up the mat and do the F5 onto the wood. Like, make it special. But we had a lame one with the women's match. And the story in this match is the babyface being an asshole the whole time.
Yeah, now he's beating up an old man.
Right.
Again, that's been Drew's thing since the beginning. Oh, everybody knows I respects the legends and I'm all about the legends. I show nothing but respect. Everybody knows that. But he's the first one to fucking beat the shit out of fucking Goldberg and call him an old man and say
Right.
it's like beating up my dad.
Beating up my dad, yep. Justin in chat says the refs are idiots locking MVP in there. It's a great point.
Yeah.
It's a great point. He's not a member of the match or a referee. He should have never been locked in there.
Yeah, they should have kept the door open. This has been a terrible one for the refs. They've really done a number to make the refs look stupid. You want to say that NXT had the most AEW pay-per-view or main event.
Main event, yeah.
This has been the most AEW ref job.
It's a great point.
And even then, Drew McIntyre did the double middle finger because
Yeah.
he did middle finger. That's what adults do.
Yeah. No, that's a great point.
Kiro says for fans, it doesn't have to be a pin. It can be a coin toss, rock, paper, scissors, or anything that Truth chooses. You challenge him, I guess.
That'd be cool.
Punjabi prison. I would actually love to see Drew McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal in a Punjabi Prison match. I would. I'd actually like to see that match.
Well, I think that's part of the problem with the Bobby Lashley shit is that they did that the India special, India Network special. I forgot what they called it. And Jinder wrestled, and then Jinder even came out with the new faction, and that was once. And it's the obvious story. It's something that people have talked about since Drew was in the main picture. Is when do we get Drew and Jinder?
Yeah.
So let's do that. Give us something to invest in.
Yeah. Rad Gnarly coming through. Cheers to Rad. I appreciate you coming through, man. He's a good buddy from the Dork Chop chats.
Nice. First time I heard the name,
mistaken,
so cheers, my friend.
Yeah, no, cheers to him. He runs the... God, correct me if I'm wrong, and I really apologize, but you're the one who runs the E-Feds that I like to watch from time to time, right? Like, I'll just click on a thing, when I see it, I watch it. He runs his own, what is that, Fire? He runs a federation through there, and he's got, like, different people he's buying. There was one time he's like, who should I buy? And I was like, Bailey! And he went through and found her in the game, pre-made, and he's like, oh, wait, she was locked into her contract. He couldn't do it. And he was like, I do too much. It was just really funny, but it was neat. And I was like, I appreciate him looking. But it's really cool and a lot of fun to watch. It made me think that I should do the same thing at some point. But my schedule was definitely not on the same grounds. Plus, he's already a pro at it.
Yeah.
I'd be the Tony Khan to his McMahon. You know what I mean?
Hysterical.
Yeah, that's what it is. Fire Pro Wrestling World, he calls it. Every Thursday, he runs a promotion. It's definitely worth a watch. Sometimes I'll jump in and not jump in the chat because I'll just watch along a little bit while I'm, like, in bed.
Sure.
It's really fun. And he does the commentary for it, and it's fucking funny. But he says it's hard to look like an adult at hate in a milk crate. I don't know. The red doesn't bother me as much as it bothers other. I do think there's moments where it's a little annoying.
Yeah.
I'm not as bothered by it. You know what I mean?
Well, like you said,
sometimes it doesn't take a lot. Sometimes it doesn't take a lot to draw someone out.
It makes the Hell in the Cell the thing, not the match the thing. So when you say that Hell in a Cell is what the non-hardcores are going to remember, sure. They're not going to forget this red cage, but we see the red cage as a distraction, so the match already has to overcome the cage.
That's true. And for whatever reason, the red makes it look more plastic than it did when it was just silver.
Yep.
So it gives it this weird, like, soft look. When someone jumps into it, you're just kind of like, I don't know, it looks cushy.
Yeah, that was the tweet I sent to you. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Of the red milk crate.
Yeah.
I was like, well, fair point.
Kiro says, police showed up to GCW and thought it was real. Well, depending on who was in the ring, it might have been. He says, I'm getting used to it, but it's a bit aggressive. I have preferred the traditional blue they used to use. Even the blue cage, the big one, looked rather soft as well. Yeah. Once they went to the actual cell in silver, it just looks hard. The problem with the blue cage was that it actually was like the most awful, shitty thing to be a part of, and it was most painful. But it didn't look it. Yeah. But and then they did the black version at St. Valentine's Day Massacre with Vince and Stone Cold.
Yeah.
And then immediately retired it. Vince is like, this is a horrible thing. How can people do this?
I like the look of the Ambrose Asylum. I didn't like how it came out all the way.
Yeah.
But the look of it was dope.
That's true. And that's what Radnali's saying too. He says it was rock solid. I just missed the color because he preferred the traditional blue just to prefer it as opposed to red. Which I actually get on board with. If you're going to paint it one color or another, and especially if it's, like I said, more of a nostalgic callback to the lapsed fan of, hey, watch Hell in a Cell because it's Hell in a Cell. Which, by the way, works. I have a friend who's watching right now from work only because it's Hell in a Cell. It's the only reason he's watching. And he doesn't watch outside of that, so it does work. But the idea, if you're gonna go for a nostalgic thing anyways, go for that old blue. People remember the old blue cage. So yeah, this is just the cage we use now. Like, 100%, that'd have been good.
How about that? Now we're gonna hear a disheveled Drew McIntyre on Monday. What am I gonna do? I can't face Lashley no more. I'm supposed to be the champion, chosen one. Got a book. I'm supposed to be champion. I lost. Fucking MVP did this to me. One more match, Bobby.
As the resident Terminator, half robot, half shepherd, It's a pretty disenfranchising moment to not be able to go for the title. It's pretty much all I'm about and the only thing that makes me me. Without this, I'm just a man with a sword and a skirt. Not even my own sword. I'm just double fisting Vince McMahon's sword. Rad says it's almost as though he could win Money in the Bank.
Oh no.
You know
Fantasy
what I want?
bookers with their logic.
No, you know what makes it better though? Fucking, I hope we get a 2-time Money in the Bank winner with Brock Lesnar. That he pulls the same shit he pulled before, comes out there partway through the match, wins it right out from Drew McIntyre's hands, and goes on to face Bobby while Drew still has to have fucking nothing.
Brock in the Bank was phenomenal.
So good.
And the fact that they went Brock in the Bank instead of Money in the Brock.
Yeah.
But Brock in the
100%.
Bank was outstanding. Turned it into a radio. Was fucking doing that running man moonwalk at the same time. How? I don't know. It was amazing.
Let's see. Kiro says it's almost as though we can't because Lashley said he couldn't challenge for the title. That's true too. I also wonder, like, I think that actually be an interesting story point to take, right? If he tries to enter Money in the Bank
and he can't.
And he can't because Bobby Lashley's still the champion.
Yeah. Jeremy says a roll-up win inside Hell in the Cell is so lame. I don't blame you.
I mean, I don't agree with that at all. What's more wrestling than a roll-up win?
Yeah, but there's brutality, and the brutality didn't cause the victory.
It's Drew McIntyre. There's never a victory that's not all about Drew. Look, even it's going off screen with Drew. It's literally going off camera with Drew crying, not with Bobby celebrating.
Yep.
Is this about your champion or is it not? And it's not.
Dude, I've said that since WrestleMania ended. Why is it that Bobby Lashley is not the main focal point of Raw? He never is. It's always Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
Always Drew McIntyre.
Yeah,
Shit, man.
100%. But let's see. Guys, I do think that that's the end of our watch along here. We're going to do a recap, a rebuild. We're going to watch Raw tomorrow and see what we think about the fallout of Hell in a Cell. And we're going to talk about it on Tuesday. Me and Bishop, we're going to reunite for episode 1.
Absolutely.
Appreciate everyone coming through here. Anybody who does like watching, just in general, if you're here and you like Twitch, Rad Gnarly 42 in our chat right now. He's a good follow. He does an eFed on Thursdays where he plays Fire Pro Wrestling World. I think I have that right. On Thursdays, he's got a hell of a method to the way he's doing it. It's fantastic. So I highly suggest it and support it, guys. So far as us, we'll be back on Tuesday for episode 1, if I'm not mistaken. Bishop, anything you want to tell the people before we wrap this up?
Yeah, man. TWTakesPodcast.com. All audio and video platforms. TWTakesPodcast.com/TWTs. Thanks to Graham over at Good Cop Bad Cop. From tonight until I show up on episode 1 Tuesday, live promo code JustCuz, 90% off anything you want at TWTakesPodcast.com/TWTs. That means if you want it in Australia, you got it. If you want it in the UK, you got it. If you want it down the street, I'll walk it over there 90% off. I don't care. Buy the shit. Wear the shit. Dope shirts. A couple people have them. They enjoy them. You will too, especially at 90% off. Promo code JustCuz. And you know what? You can figure out the spelling because it's 90% off. Other than that, I got nothing. I'm excited to see you on Tuesday. We haven't talked Roman Rey Mysterio or anything else from SmackDown. So we'll get all into that on Tuesday. It's going to be fun. This was a very interesting pay-per-view, and we'll have plenty of time to chat about that on Tuesday. So thanks for the graphic tonight, as always. Thanks for the joint watch-along, as always. And I'm looking forward to episode 1 on Tuesday.
Yeah, 100%, man. Me too. Guys, give our sponsors a nice little, at least go to their website and check it out. I mean, I know it's like Jim Ross's thing. It doesn't cost you anything to look, but that's the deal. New Wave Coffee, NOOWAVE.co. Go take a look, read about it, learn about it. If you decide it's something you want to try, throw in promo code CHEERS for an additional 10% off. We appreciate it. They appreciate it. and we love it. There was one other thing I was going to throw in there, and I don't remember what it was, so I think we're just going to go ahead and call last call. Guys, I was going to just say Terrible Steaks shirts. They are incredibly comfortable, just in general. Awfully smooth and soft. It's outrageous how comfortable it was. When I first got it, I was like, all right, I'll buy this guy's shirt. He's a buddy. It's cheap shirt, whatever. It's all going to be nice. As soon as I put it on, I went, oh, shit.
Here we
I'm
go.
going to wear this a lot of weekends. Yeah. Oh, shit. Here we go. One more time. Shout out to Rad Gnarly for coming through. I appreciate it, especially because I know his allegiances tend to sway towards a different promotion. So I really appreciate it coming through and watching along with us for a little bit, being our drinking buddy for the night. And again, check out his promotion. Guys, I'm at Ref Marsh. We are at WOTR, the show. We'll be back on Tuesday for episode 1. If you don't mind, if you could be so kind, give us the likes, the reviews, the subscribes. Also, Pro Wrestling for Life with Sean X-Pac Waltman is a show that I'm currently working on. I've been editing for them. So if you support them, it supports me, and I appreciate any of the likes and subscribes that go that direction as well. But we will be back Tuesday after last call. This is last call, Bishop.
Cheers.